Hi, welcome back to Hawaii Turo. I don't know how you found me, but I'm glad you did. If this is your first time watching this stream, this is your first time on my channel. I don't know how you found me, but I'm gonna say it again. I'm glad you did. But I made this channel, I made this stream to create a community and help people grow their Turo business and maximize everything that they can do. So over the next hour to 3 hours, hopefully there are gems for you. If you're watching this on the replay, hopefully you can find some good stuff that'll help you. If you got any comments, either in the live chat or in the replay, just let me know. Just let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments for the replay. If you got any questions in the live chat, if you're one of the lucky ones that's going to be here watching this live, just let me know where you're from, how many cars you got, and let me know in live chat. We get people from all over the world that come on here. It's crazy. I have no idea where this market, I have no idea where this is going to go. I'm just a host. We'll see how it goes, right? But yeah, let's get into a little bit about me if you didn't know. I started Turo back in 2017. I had just my one car that I was doing Uber with, and I was tired of doing Uber with that car, my 2014 Kia Optima Hybrid. I was tired of that. All right, so I had found a way, Turo. Actually, I've heard about it a year before. It was called Relay Rides. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this car out. I'm going to get a bigger car. I'm going to rent that car out and to see if I could, make my car know. Because I had a $500 and something dollar a month lease. And it did way better than that. It was crazy. I had no idea what I was going to do. And yeah, 2017, I just kept on adding cars. And when I mean by adding cars, I mostly finance. That's what I did at the beginning, right? I financed I got a van, so I financed that. I got tired of that van. I put that van on Turo back in 2017. I got an Acura MDX. I got a Chevy Cruze. But then 2018 was like the game changer for me. Game changer. I say it again. I went to Hertz Car Sales, which I picked up actually like 5 cars there over the next 5 months in 2018. I went there for like a Chevy, what was it, like a Chevy Spark or a Chevy Sonic Hatch or something like that. And I test drove that. And I was like, you know what? I think I'll get that. But I turned my head and I saw a Mustang. I've never had a Mustang in my life. And, I'm in Hawaii and Mustangs, everyone likes Mustang, like convertibles. Yeah. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this car out. And I did. And the money that I was making, it was crazy. It was so crazy that 2 weeks later, I went back there to Hertz Car Sales and got another one, right? I mean, it was insane. And then another month later, I got another one. I just kept doing this cycle, financing through Hertz Car Sales, and just boom, 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 boom. I had 5 cars. I even got a brand new car, a new Mustang. And then I even got to the point, like in the summer, late summer, I traded in one of my regular cars. I made the decision, I want to go all convertibles. So I got a brand new Camaro. So I saw the Camaro and I was like, I love Camaros. They're better than Mustangs, right? At least that's my opinion. So I got that Camaro, and then I got the Batmobile, right? The Batmobile that I talk about, which is actually in my newest video where I did my check-in procedures and stuff. And that car, I mean, it was great. That was 2018. My best year was 2019. I just kept on doing that, and then obviously the stuff that happened, in 2020. But that's what I did before. Right now, I transitioned from auto loans to cash cars, just basic cars back to that. That's kind of where I'm at right now. It would be like a shooter car, which is like really old cars. Cars are under like $5,000 now. And why do I do that now? It's just, for me, I don't know. It's just, you can get more of those. I mean, obviously I can get more for convertibles, but that's just what I do right now. But yeah, if anybody's watching, just let me know how many cars you have and where you're located. That's usually how that goes. If you have a question, just let me know. Let me get this on. Let's see. But yeah, that's my Turo. For the future, for me with Turo, I'm getting, and if you didn't know, I'm getting a Tesla very soon. Right. So I don't know if I'm gonna rent that out that much. That's maybe somewhat more of a personal car. But like all the other cars that I'm looking at getting, it's gonna be like I want to try the Kia. The Kia 100,000 mile warranty. That's something that I want to try out. Probably with like an SUV, like a Stellos or Sportage. That's what I'm thinking about. Those two, or I'm gonna get what's it called? A Buick, like a Buick Encore. Why? Because they have the OnStar service, right? If you don't know what OnStar service is like the hardwired GPS, right? The GPS and the remote lock and unlock. So instead of you paying to get this stuff in there, these cars already have it. It's the same thing with the Kia. Kia has the UVO service, right? So that's basically all the cars I'm looking for. So if you are thinking about getting a car and you don't want to, pay for like Viper or Gold Star, things like that, just getting cars with that stuff in there automatically, that helps you. It basically just makes it easier. So that's basically like all the cars I get, they're gonna have that. Simple as that. But yeah, let's see. Did I miss something? And one other thing before I think one more thing I did not say that I'm live. I have a Turo Facebook group. If you didn't know, I pinned it in the live chat and I go live there as well. And we just talk Turo all the time. So if you want to join like a Turo Facebook group, and I'm really active, like I'm on social media all the time, you can join that group. And yeah, we can talk over there. And you can see all my lives if you ever miss them. Because I do go live about twice a week. Oh, hey, how's it going, James? 4 Cars in Texas. I think I've talked to you before, right? How's it going over there on a Friday? What is it? 7 o'clock, something like that? Or 6 o'clock? On my lives, if you ever missed it. Okay. How's it been this week for you with those 4 cars? They all been going out? Okay. And anybody else, you can just let me know how many cars you got and where you're located as well. We get people from like all over the world. It's crazy. Oh, hey, how's it going? Sorry. Yes. Back at it. Okay, you back at it this week. Okay, DC 3 cars, soon to be 5. Okay, congrats. Well, I'm glad it's picking up in a lot of areas, but in Hawaii, it is very, very slow. Very slow. I can tell you that much. Most of my cars are sitting right now. I'm just waiting for the holidays to pick up. I'm pretty sure there'll be some other people from Hawaii that's watching, or they're watching right now, and they probably would say that it's pretty slow here as well, at least on Oahu. Oh, that's great. All 4 cars out. I miss that feeling, having all my cars out. Yeah. That's great. It's great. I think I have like 1 car booked for this weekend. I just dropped off another car to get repainted, my worst Mustang. And then that'll be much less money I'll be spending to repaint my cars because I've been spending a lot. Okay. So we got Texas and DC. Okay. Is anybody watching for Facebook? Nope, not yet. I don't see anybody from Facebook. Okay. So you've been lucky to get extension on all of my. Yes, true. That's great. Yeah. I mean, just having them all out. I don't know what rate you have, but yeah, I mean, have all your cars out, 4 cars. I mean, I gotta say that's probably at least $100 a day. Your cut, probably at minimum. That's like the cheapest cars. I don't even know what you have. I don't remember. Let me see. You said last week when I mentioned about minivans, that minivan has been out for 10 days straight. Oh, okay. I kind of vaguely remember, to be honest. But that's good. I mean, just getting the extensions and just making the money. Okay. Okay, 4. Well, that's good. I don't get too many extensions. Like even when all my cars are going out, extensions. I'm assuming that you're renting to like at least a local or something like that. I can imagine probably. because most of my bookings were like, what, 80% of my bookings were like 1 or 2 days. Just, tourists, they only want a car for a day. They don't want to pay for parking. That's one of the problems with Hawaii, paying for parking at these hotels. If you ever been here before, they're like at minimum like $20 a day, and that's like on the low end. They can go as high as like 50, $60 a day for parking. So that's why people only, a lot of people are looking for just 1 or 2 day cars. Take some. Okay. Okay. You said most of my rentals are honestly locals. I would say 75% locals. Yeah. So that's why those are definitely going to be the ones that are going to be extending nonstop. Yeah. Yeah. Some areas are mostly locals. I mean, it depends. I know we talked last week, but I don't remember everything in detail. But are you getting airports? Do you have the airport set up? I know a lot of people, they don't even have the airport set up and they just don't get it. I see that quite often when I look at people's profiles. Because you're DC, so that's a big airport there. Do you know if you have the airport set up? Or anybody watching? Like, I don't know if you're getting a lot of airports. Do you know for a fact that you have airport enabled for your listing? Let's see what we got. Okay. So you have the DCA and IAD. Okay. Okay, well that's good then. Okay. And you're not getting that many from those airports. You're getting a lot of locals still at 75-25. Mm. Yeah. My next question would be, what is your delivery fee and what is your minimum day? That would be. But if you're saying people are booking, so yeah, rephrase. What's your delivery fee? That might be like the best. Maybe not minimum day, because as you tell them you're getting long bookings, an extra 50, 60, $100 for a delivery fee is not that much unless everybody else in your area is doing it for free. That's different, right? Yeah. Private car close to DC area. Okay. Hey, James, airport enable like delivery set to the airport. Is there another setting? When you go to location and delivery, and it shows you your default location, and it shows you whatever other deliveries you have set up. Did you set up an airport there? A lot of people don't do that, because if you don't do that, you're not going to show up when somebody puts the airport in. And by default, when they put the airport in, it says to be delivery. If you don't have that set up, your cars won't show up. So, like I said, that's one of the first things I look at when I look at people's listings. Well, if you have that there, then yeah, I mean, then your cars are seen. I don't know if you're getting airports, James. I don't know. There's Metro. Okay, so you have a $70 delivery fee. Okay. Okay. Hmm. So only I can think of is that maybe the people in your area, if they have it, maybe a lot of free delivery. Maybe your price is, I don't know what your price is compared to other cars like that. Maybe it's a little too high. Could be a lot of things, but if you're fine with getting locals, man, it's all G. You think there's a lot of tour cars around the airport where they don't need delivery? Is it easy to, I mean, to leave the airport? I mean, like a lot of people, they like to pick the cars up at least close. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the airports over there, but people like the convenience. And I don't know, do people leave cars at the airport for Turo? Like, is the airport okay? Is there some kind of setup there? Okay, James, we haven't had any airports yet, but then again, the only car we offer deliveries for is from the Miata. Other three cars are booked solid without delivery set. Okay, the Miata. Okay. So you said, oh, you said you have the Miata set for delivery. Okay. Well, I mean, if you're Miata, I mean, if you're booked, you're booked. I mean, that's just airport's just another thing to get. Oh, it's stand. Oh, yeah. Well, that's probably why. Yeah, that's probably why. I don't know how to drive stick. Yeah. Hmm. But what is your price like? But you said what you are in Texas. Do you know what your price is compared to the other cars at the airport? Because it's two different cars are going to come up, right? If you look at the airport and if you look at like outside the airport, like at some other address, the same cars are not going to show up. So that's yeah. So the prices will be totally different. You know, both of them. They're really close. You might think they're the same, but they're not. There are lots of people who don't even offer airport, right? Or they don't even know that to do the airport. Especially a lot of people on the newer side, they don't know. Maybe some people who've been doing it a while, like they have a whole setup. They have a lot somewhere, so they don't even want to deal with delivery to the airport. A lot of the people who has a business, they have like 20, 50, 100 cars, right? So if you have the airport, you're not really competing with them. I've seen that in a lot of places with people that I've coached. I was like, you're not really competing with them. I mean, at the airport, people look at the airport, his cars or her cars doesn't even show up, right? Let me see. The Miniata. Hmm. Okay. So if anybody else is watching, I see people popping in and out. Let me know how many cars you're at and where you're watching from. We got DC and we got Texas, right? Yes, Texas. Okay. So I want to say it's super easy to get out of the airport. Arlington is a city, okay, city right next to DC, and that's a big city. There's a metro station as you walk out of the airport. That metro will get you to DC. Okay. Well, okay. Well, got you. Yeah. I know that delivery stuff, it is different everywhere. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. As you know, maybe you don't know, I don't even get the airport that often. I'm mostly just in Waikiki, but yeah, the airport's different. Airport for me is way out of the way. I have to take Uber and I gotta meet them off the airport grounds. I mean, it is an inconvenience for me. But all the people who are doing Turo and they're not in Waikiki and they're all around the island, their number one, like all of them, their number one thing is the airport. So there's so many cars at the airport here, and it just yeah. the prices are so low compared to be down here anyway. Well, I would say so, but they are lower. And yeah, I'm not really in the mood to deal with that either. Okay, James, if you meet a guest at the airport, do you do the pre-trip photos when you get there or before you head that way? Yes, that's the thing with the airport, right? Unless you know the airport's okay with that, more likely they're not. You're gonna have to meet them somewhere, parking garage, somewhere, and do it there or do it before. I definitely do not recommend doing it at baggage claim. That's no, definitely don't recommend doing that. What I did was I get them to take a shuttle to one of the off-sites rental car companies, and I just meet them there and do everything right there. One of the free shuttles, but that's how it is in Hawaii. But every airport's different. You know, you gotta get your own setup. The best helps you and let less risk or no risk at that. Well, if everyone can hit the like button, YouTube loves that engagement. We can get some more people in here. I don't know how many people we're gonna get, but hit the like will be nice. Thanks. And if you can tell me where you're from and how many cars you got, if you haven't already, of course. Oh, hey, Christopher from Facebook. How's it going? Let's see. Oh, hey, Matt, splendid work supporting the greater Turo community. Keep up the excellent work. Future hosts ever will benefit from all your effort and seamless, sir. Yeah, you're welcome, man. That's why I'm here. That's why I started this YouTube channel. That's the truth. Caesar, what do you think is the best way to grow a fleet? Say, if three are going well, what is ideal to go to five or seven, for example? Well, let's see. If we got three cars, they're doing pretty good, right? And if the three cars are about the same kind of cars, I mean, pretty good. I mean, like being booked like almost every single day. I would just continue. I mean, I'll just continue getting another car. I mean, but depend how you get a car, right? Are you going to finance or loan? I don't know if you said here the best way, right? So, I mean, it depends. Like if those three cars are all financed, then you're going to have to save some money from those three cars to get a fourth car and a fifth car. I don't really recommend getting another loan and then another loan. Then what? You get to seven and they're all loans. I don't necessarily recommend doing all of that because I got to 12 and I don't recommend that. But I would say, yeah, you got three cars going out. And if you can save some money off and you can go get another car with that money, maybe, in a month or 2 months or possibly 3 months, do it that way, right? Do a couple cash and then, do another loan, maybe, 12, 18 months, you go from three to what, 7 or 8 cars, right? I mean, there's no rush in Turo, man. It's a long game anyway, right? You just get as much as you can take and as much whatever your financial situation is, and that's just how it goes. Some people jump in this game and they get 20 cars instantly. Some people do that. And yeah, I don't know. I did not start off. I started off with one car. One car is what I started off with. Let me see. James, what happens if a guest leaves and takes a car without checking in on the app? Well, for one, they're not supposed to have the information to leave the car until they have sent the information to you. So if you are talking about, I'm assuming you're talking about, what's it called? Remote check-in, right? So that's what you're talking about. In that situation, you can't even give them the information or anything until they have uploaded all that stuff. That's what I talk about in my newest video. If anybody hasn't watched that, I go over the check-in procedures in my newest video earlier today. Like, they have to upload those pictures. Yeah, don't even give them any information until you get those two things, right? But because the worst case scenario, right? If somebody, well, let's say you didn't know or something, and you just gave them the stuff, and they got in the car, they left, they stopped talking to you, they stopped responding, and the car is getting into an accident. I can almost guarantee you, Turo is going to deny coverage. Imagine if that's total loss. Like I bet you they're going to deny stuff like that because you didn't do the check-in stuff, man. There's no photos. They don't know who got the car. I mean, yeah, just don't do stuff like that for anybody watching. Just do all the check-in procedures and do all the stuff for the terms of service. Okay. And hi, new guys. Just let me know how many cars you got and where you're located. We all would like to know. Hey, Mwani. Oh, you're on YouTube now, not the Facebook. So how do we know if they checked in on the app? Well, doing it remote, the check-in procedures are just when all the photos are there, and that's pretty much it. When all the photos are there, it will show. I think when they press submit, it does. I think it does say something on the app real quick, and it goes away, or there's some kind of notification real quick. Other than that, there's nothing else. Just looking at the photos is really that's pretty much how you're going to know, right? Hey, Pat from Facebook, how's it going? I cannot say your first name, so I don't want to destroy. I'm just gonna say Pat. How's it going? Okay, let's see. James, today I met a guest, got lost in conversation with them. I assumed they checked in, they left. Later, I realized they hadn't checked in, so I called them, and luckily they checked in then. Okay. Well, okay. Let me just back it up. If you are meeting them, when I meet everybody, I tell them to do check-in procedures, but this is not mandatory if you're meeting them. I just tell them you should do it regardless if you're meeting the host or not. Some people do, some people don't, right? If you met that person and you verified information, they don't have to do the check-in procedures. That's not something that's mandatory, right? They don't have to, but I tell them to, and most do, but some don't. So that's not a mandatory. Just as long as you do your check-in procedures, right? Your stuff. Caesar, do you check on your guest paperwork? Do you check on your guest paperwork that they bought insurance for your rental? What do you do if they decline any coverage? Yeah, this insurance stuff. Well, for one, since I'm on the 90% plan, right? Worst case scenario, if their insurance or if they don't come out of pocket, I'm on the hook for it. I do go over all this stuff, which I've talked about plenty of times. And basically, I don't check it. I literally just ask them if they have insurance or not. I asked. Well, rephrase it. Let me back it up. I go to the app, and I check and see which insurance that they picked, right? If they decline, they took minimum, they took standard, or the premier, right? If they declined it, then I tell them, right? Did they talk to their insurance company? Like today, I had one. Yeah, I had a booking today. I know one booking was crazy, but this guy, he declined the insurance. I was like, he says, is the reservation okay? I'm like, hey, I don't care as long as you know that you're gonna pay cash for damages. We good. And he said okay. So you know what I mean? Like that's as far as I go. I don't sit there and say, hey, you got to have insurance to rent this car. You can't do that. They end up canceling and just if you get a lot of those, and then Turo probably send you an email saying, you can't do that. You can't just tell people to cancel because they don't have insurance because that's not something that you can do. But in the end, right, their insurance and stuff it depends on really what you have, right? If you're on the 60/40 or the 75, it really doesn't make sense to really go over that insurance stuff unless you're trying to get experience with it before you switch over to like the 80, 85, and 90, right? There we go. See, James, how does Turo know the guest took the car? By the pictures, right? Especially for like, especially for like remote, right? Check-in stuff, because they're actually supposed to at least upload that first couple of pictures anyway. That's how they know. But again, like I said, the check-in, doing all those photos, that's not something that's mandatory though. But as long as they uploaded those 2 photos, right, for the remote, then that's how they know, boom, and you did your stuff because you're supposed to do yours. Boom, and it means they have the car. Oh, hey, Sterling Perry, how's it going? Oh, how was it? How did it go? And if anybody's new watching, let me know how many cars you have and where you're watching from, because we all like to know where everybody's watching. November 24th. Okay. Oh, later. Oh, got you. Oh, that's like Thanksgiving Eve, something like that. Okay. Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, that's your. When did you actually put it up? Like, when did it go live? Okay. And if everybody can hit that like button, I don't know how many we have. I can't even see it, but if you hit it already, thank you. But if everybody else can hit it, and then YouTube's algorithm, they can push it, get some more people in here. Okay. Second SUV. Okay. Owane. What can we write off on our taxes? Car payments, airport parking fees, windshield wipers, etc. With one, definitely not a tax person, so definitely take that with a grain of salt. I mean, what I write off, I write off everything, really. If it's a business expense, I write it off. All the above of what you're saying. Like every time I go to O'Reilly's, I have receipts for it, and I write all that stuff off. You know, definitely the airport parking fee. Yeah, if I get the receipt and I put it in there, if I remember to do that, I definitely do that. The car payments, there's a couple ways to do that because you can. Yeah, there's the car payment's kind of weird because they have like a business expense spot and they have another spot where when you're doing your deductions for like depreciation and stuff. So it just depends on how you even do your taxes, really. I do it myself, so that one all depends. I believe I do. I think I put the car payments over. I think I put it under. I think I do under business. Do I do under? I think I do it. I do it under business expenses. Yes, I do. The depreciation, what I'm talking about, is that first year depreciation. That's what I'm getting a little confused, forgetting about. But yeah, keep all your receipts, basically. And if you have a tax person, just give it to your tax guy. Yeah, Sterling Perry. Yeah, right off. Like I said, I'm not a tax guy, so take what I say with a grain of salt. This is what I do. I do my own taxes for years, but that's just me. I definitely this year I will be filing my taxes early. I usually wait to the last minute, but this year as soon as I get my 1099 from Turo, I'm going to be filing as soon as possible. Yeah, for some reasons. I obviously ain't getting no money, but for other reasons I need to file early. Yeah, for anybody if this is their first time getting a 1099, yeah, the 1099 is for the self-employed. Yeah, if your first time being self-employed, that's 1099. That's what you get instead of a W-2, right? And usually Turo will send that, or is it? Yeah, they send it to you what, late January or something, or is it in February? No, I think it might even be February, if I can recall. Oh, well, something else too. You have to hit the threshold unless they changed it. It was like, what is it, like $20,000 and a couple hundred trips or something, or a couple hundred transactions or something like that. I don't know if that's what it still is, but that's definitely what it was before. Yeah, Moana. Yeah, I think it was. I think it's in February, but I know at least in the past they didn't send it to everyone. There are some people that just didn't get the threshold. They didn't get it. You still have to file though. You still have to report it somewhere, but you don't get it to 99. Okay, so yeah, we're 100% payments off from Uber and car insurance. Yeah, yeah, Uber stuff. Yeah, I'll definitely be writing off all my Uber stuff. That's a fact. That's why I got my book over there when I do my monthly stats. Yeah, I got all that stuff. So that's a fact. That's gonna be probably thousands of dollars in Ubers. That's why I say keep all your receipts. Or Uber has everything right there, so that's pretty easy. Taxes, taxes, taxes. I know we all hate taxes. I definitely do. So if we got anybody new, I'll let everybody know where you're watching from and how many cars you got. Oh, hey Antonio from Facebook. And speaking of Facebook, if anybody wants to join a Turo Facebook group, I do have a group and I go live with that group, which I'm live right now and here. I have it pinned in the comments that Facebook group. Oh, Sterling, you're on my Patreon. That See that $10 Patreon is like for, well, it's kind of more than what we're doing right now, but it's kind of for like a lot of one-on-one messaging and stuff like that. I know there's different kind of, the $20 was for the video chat, the one-on-one stuff, right? How long have you been a Patreon member? And do you message me on Patreon? Because I don't. I mean, like, have you messaged me on Patreon? Because I am pretty active. I mean, when I get notifications, I respond quickly. I don't know if you message me on Patreon. You haven't. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that $10 is, yeah, for like messaging, because a lot of people, they're on YouTube. They have like no way to contact me, and Patreon, that's kind of a way to do that. Oh, hey, real estate student, how's it going? Six? You've been for 6 months. You haven't messaged me. You haven't messaged me anything. Or maybe message me. Maybe we'll set up like a video chat or something. Yeah, message me on Patreon, Sterling Perry. Yeah, message me on Patreon. To Caesar, you say you're on the 90% plan. Is that because you have another insurance to cover anything happens, or are you willing to pay out of pocket and chase the guest for damages? Well, the second part, right? I do not have nothing. Worst case scenario, which is what I said earlier. Worst case scenario, if their insurance doesn't want to cover tour cars, if they don't want to cover, I have to come out of pocket, up to $2,500, right? That's something I've done over the years multiple times. Hate it, but it is what it is. A lot of the times, I don't know. A lot, when I say a lot, I mean over 50%. It's not like 90% people pay. A lot of people ghost. A lot of people say that they didn't do it. I'm not paying for this, and it just, stuff like that. It's just gonna happen, right? But the majority of the time, they do pay you cash, or use PayPal, stuff like that, or they use their insurance. I've had people use their insurance before. They use their insurance part, not for smaller stuff, not that much. Yeah, usually that's gonna probably be the cash. Like anything like under like $1,000, probably gonna be like cash. I had someone just give me like $800 like instantly. right? But some people, like I said, they ghost you. But I don't recommend going to 9010 until you know how to do all this stuff, right? If you just jump on the 9010 and you see how much more money you're making and you're not putting money away and you don't know how to even go after renters, yeah, that could set you up for having some issues and starting to hate Turo when like an accident happens that's less than $2,500, right? Or if it even is, know, if it's over that, they only give you like 500, and yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, like I said earlier, Sterling, just message me on Patreon. We'll set something up. Okay. So Sterling, I'm gonna put it right here. So you're talking about the Liberty Mutual. This is for your personal. Like what? Yeah. What kind of insurance are you talking about? See, James, are we responsible if someone uses a fake driver's license and we let the car go because driver's license was hard to identify as fraud? Well, as long as you are verifying the name and the date of birth and the expiration, it should be good. I mean, it should not be up to us to verify fake cards and stuff like that. But I do gotta tell you, when I made my video, like yesterday or today, and when I was looking at terms of service, I saw this thing. They had this article. This is on the terms of service. You can go find it if anybody want to go see it. They have this thing that says how to catch fake cards, and I'm like, seriously, this is like the stuff you would see like at airports looking for fakes. I'm like, we're just Turo hosts. We don't have a background in checking fake cards. That's not something that we should have to do. That doesn't even make sense. That's something that $100 million business should be doing on their end, correct? So, I mean, I'm saying as long as you are checking the things, the name, the date of birth, the expiration date, that should be enough. Other than obviously something that's like really, really fake that anybody can point out. I mean, they're not going to expect us to turn into some kind of detective and magnifying glass. I mean, that's just crazy, man. That's crazy. But yeah, that's my take on that. But if you read it, yeah, unless it's like something really obvious, yeah. But yeah, if you do go look at that terms of service stuff, you will see that, and that's something new because I don't remember that being there a while ago. Yeah, I wish I could bring it up here. I really want to. Maybe I will bring it up and show it to you because I was like, seriously. So what we got here. Let me see. You said Sterling 1.2 million. Oh, I see why you busy. Yeah, I see why. Yeah, right here. This right. I don't know if you can see this, but if you go on it's camera. If you go on terms of certain, no, that's not going to work. It's too bright, but well, I don't know if anybody can see that at all. But if you go on terms of service, they have this page here, and this page here wasn't here before. I mean, and it's basically saying that look for these security features on ID cards. Like this is our job or something. I'm not saying it is, but it's just saying how to spot fake IDs. So laser engraving, laser perforation, ghost image, overlay, overlapping data, tactile feature, transparent image, laser embossing, rainbow print. I mean, come on. I mean, who's gonna know all this stuff? I don't, and I'm pretty sure not many people are watching this or any tour host really knows this, unless you unless you work for some kind of government thing or business that does this stuff. But yeah, that's just crazy. Oh, hey Sam, how's it going? from Facebook.
I'm happy to be here.
Siri. So if everybody can hit that, if everybody can hit that like button. YouTube loves that engagement. We can get some more people in here. Hey, how's it going, Shankers? How's it? Kapule. Are your cars going out? I think so. Or was it just one car? My brain's telling me you just had like one car or something, but don't know if 100%. Gone. Okay. That's good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Two Mustangs, and you're mostly doing the airport. Okay. Well, that's good. All of my Mustangs are sitting right now, but my prices are not. I didn't really drop my prices. I actually increased them, but I ain't even that much of an increase, really. But okay, so you got some international people. Well, that's good. The international people are starting to come slowly, very slow. Okay. So if we got any new people in here, just let me know how many cars you got and where you located. We're always interested to see where everybody's watching from. Okay, Shankers. Yeah, okay. Well, hopefully they come a lot, and from Japan and Australia, shit, for that matter. For real, you're November. Wow. Huh. And you're mostly getting from the airport? For real? I mean, how bad was your last 2 months then? Because this month is actually my worst month, and last month was pretty bad, and the month before that, it's just been a downward. That's good. For real? Huh. Well, something's happening. I can tell you here in Waikiki, man, it ain't really much of anything. It's crazy. There's so many cars here, like $20 and $30, that you can book 1 hour. Right now, I can search and find all these cars. Right, like that's crazy. Yeah, yeah. Never give up. I could have cars out right now, right? I could. He keeps doing that. Like, I could have cars out right now if I really wanted to, but I don't want to drop my prices back down to $30. I don't really have to, but I could if I really, really want. I can put my pretty basically put all my sedans back down to $30 and $35, and I know that I would probably get like half my fleet out. So I would make something. I'm just gonna throw out numbers, which is probably pretty close. I'll probably be doing $300-$400 a day. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, probably that. A couple Mustangs out. Drop my Mustang back down to $50, $55, $60. Do that, and I know my cars will go out. But oh yeah, James. Yeah, James. I did $40,000 June, July, August, September average. 4 months. The best months I've ever had doing Turo. Probably never gonna happen again, but we'll see. We should have them out. Yeah, yeah. When I do have them out, yeah, definitely busy. You're running all over the place. Sometimes, I think I had like 12 cars go out in one day, one time. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, it was a great feeling, man. Yeah, it was a great feeling to have all those cars out. And for top dollar in the summertime, yeah, I miss those numbers, but it is what it is. Okay. But if we got any new people, I think I see people coming in and out. Just let me know how many cards you have and where you're located. If you have a question, yeah, just let me know in the live chat. It's crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. I am I am curious, what is 2022 going to be for Turo? I mean, I can guess, but like what's going to be like the standard? Because right now, this is definitely not the standard, right? I mean, there's nobody even here. Like when I was driving in Ala Moana and I saw those Hui cars, you usually don't see like 6 Hui cars just sitting there, right? Over there by Ala Moana Hotel. You usually don't see that. And I see them sitting there and I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I already know there's nobody here. Like you seeing those cars there, I mean, there's no one's really renting cars outside of like Hertz, Hertz Enterprise, all that stuff. So I don't know about in other places, but like in Hawaii, to at least my opinion on Turo is that Turo is more of like the overflow, right? That's the way it's always, at least from what I've seen, especially for like convertibles and stuff. People usually book the convertibles because they're really Hawaii, or at least Oahu, always sold out of convertibles in Waikiki. At the airport, different story, but in Waikiki. So I mean, and in regular cars, it just yeah. Right now, there's just so many cars and there's nobody here. We doing $3K a month. Oh, James, for real? Yeah, it was. It's better. Yeah, it's better than nothing, right? I don't know how much work you are doing for 3,000 a month. Hopefully, not much work. I'm hoping for. Oh, I gotta put that there. It was crazy to see U-Haul vans on the North Shore next to your Big Mac Mustang. That's funny. Did you really see that? Or yeah, I do know there was tons of U-Hauls booked. Though. I definitely saw some of those. But yeah, that's funny. Probably did happen too. Yeah. If anybody's watching that's not from Hawaii, yeah, it was pretty crazy in the summertime. You literally could not get a rental. Like in May, if you went on Turo, there was literally 0 cars on Turo. Absolutely zero. I'm not kidding. There was 0 cars. So you had to try to get anything. Rent U-Hauls. I mean, it was crazy. It was all over the news and everything. Yeah. And that's when everybody started just like flooding the Turo market with cars, all kinds of cars. Everything was getting booked, man. It was crazy. Yeah. Home Depot trucks. Yeah. Anything that, yeah, really anything that you can get at that point. Hopefully it goes back to somewhat like that. Oh, I get this question asked a lot. When are you going to open up your own rental car shop in Hawaii? You got the numbers, laugh out loud, or at least you're on your way. Yeah, I mean, finding a lot and stuff and just doing that. I mean, yeah, there's still things that if you're trying to be down here in Waikiki or close to it, it's gonna cost some money if you can even find it, man. I mean, by the airport, okay, there's probably some, yeah, there's probably somewhere. I don't know off the top of my head, but probably somewhere, but I don't know. Yeah, I really, we'll see. I mean, like I said, I don't mind. Obviously, Turo's a horrible company, but the concept is great, right? You make a lot of money doing this, but you know, yeah, exactly. Shankar, it's tough. I know a lot of you, you're watching from, somewhere on the mainland and you could probably walk outside and you could probably go talk to somebody and rent their lot for cheap. There's area where there's no cars at or there's nothing there. You could just put your cars there, but not really in Hawaii. Like if a lots are empty here, there's a reason why they're empty. They're empty because they're waiting for a developer or someone to move out or something. They're not, if you even find that, right? I mean, everything else is usually, lands at a premium here, at least in town. Outside of town is a different story, but down here, there's not much. So I don't really see. There's very few hosts on Oahu that is, that do Turo, right? And they have a lot. Yeah, very few. I think maybe there's one by the airport, but Waikiki, I'm gonna say zero, but there are some people who do direct. I'm assuming they do direct only in Waikiki. There's about 3 or 4 of them, and they're not on Turo. Oh, James. James, has your lifestyle changed since you started Turo? Yeah, my lifestyle's changed since I started being, self-employed, Airbnb and Turo, right? Both of those, it allowed me to go on, all these vacations, right? The Philippines twice, Australia, Japan, all these places I've been to in the last 3 years, right? So yeah, and hopefully for the future, I can go to other or back to some places. So and Shankers, what did you say? Awkward. Oh, Shankers. Okay, yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully not. Yeah, hopefully not. But yeah, we all got a lot of people like that. But I don't know. For me, in Hawaii, Turo is enough for me. I think it is personally. Going direct, going direct, just it's a big step. I mean, you gotta do a lot of stuff, a lot more stuff. I mean, yeah, I mean overall, yeah, you'll make more money, but just getting it started up and getting everything you need for it, right? That's really what stops a lot of people from actually doing it. In Hawaii, I think it's like times 5, times 10, I mean, if you already have a car dealership here, okay, obviously that makes it easier, right? If you already have things set up before you start doing Turo, then yeah, it's easy to go direct. I mean, it's easy. Everyone's watching here from Hawaii, no, right? Like Shanker, do you want to go get a lot in? You're in Kapolei. I mean, I don't even see. Would you want to get a lot in Kapolei? I know it's probably not that difficult, but I mean, to be all the way out there, I mean, there's not. I mean, yeah. Let's see what he says. Yeah. Oh, you're right. See, you would have to have partners that have the same passion. Yeah, that's true. That's nothing because it ain't gonna be cheap. You're gonna have to have big enough with enough cars and enough revenue coming in to pay. Yeah, and not in Kapolei, right? You have to at minimum be somewhat close to the airport, which is yeah. I can't even. Yeah, I mean, I can't even think of. Yeah, I mean, just thinking of places in that area in that commercial district. I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, I really can't to be honest. I mean, yeah, there's probably some parking lots over there, but those lots are taken up for people who like work over there and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, good luck. Oh, you're right. Yeah, 2 cars definitely. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you probably would need probably 30. Yeah, yeah. I do wonder how busy it is in Colina. How busy it is over there. I personally think that all those people get cars at the airport and drive there, but I could be wrong. Do people book a car, while they're actually on the resorts over there? Right? You would know, but I don't know that. I don't know how busy that is. I really don't. But that's just too far for me. You would literally have to have someone else working with you, to go with you in another car to do that stuff. So it doesn't make sense for me to do that at all. But yeah, anybody new that's just watching, I know some people are just watching. Let me know how many cars you got and where you located. Oh, you said they would catch in the summer. They would catch a taxi. Oh, well, they're paying on the taxi and making money. So, but how do they get around though? I know a lot just stay at the resort, of course, but how about the people who want to go to like to just normal places like I'm saying Walmart, but places over there or Costco. I ain't going to Costco, but if they want to come, they don't. Okay, so if they pick that hotel all the way out there, they are probably not going to Waikiki. Yeah. So yeah, it's like I said, I don't think it's that busy over there. If you pick that resort, you're probably staying over there. Or if you're staying in the, there's actually another, I don't know what, is it another, in Kapolei. I haven't been there in so long, but they have another new hotel over there. That's not at Colina. It's actually in Kapolei over there, right? All that stuff, all that new stuff over there. I'm assuming they get cars. They probably just get cars at the airport with a package deal with Expedia, whatever. I'm assuming. Okay. Or yeah, or that. And I bet there are hosts. Literally, there's houses right next to that hotel anyway. So, or multiple hotels. Okay. So if anybody can, I know there's some people here that hadn't told me where they're located at, how many cars they got. But if you can hit that like button, that's good for the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, and get some more people in here. You said some will take the car for the day and drive around the island. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'll never know how busy it is out there because I would never relocate out there or put a car out there. I think most of the businesses either at the airport or really in Waikiki from one or the other. Or yeah, I'm not gonna say Kailua either. All the way out there. Yeah, it probably is some business out there, but again, that's too far. That's when you need a team of people, right? So if anybody doesn't know, that's like, wherever you're located and you're at like multiple locations, it's like 50 miles, between each other. So, you're gonna need a team of people. Like if you're at multiple airports and all that all around and stuff. Basically the same concept of what we're talking about in Hawaii. Those also have a shelter. Oh, they do? I haven't been to that mall in years. Like I literally, yeah, I haven't been to Kapolei in years. So I don't know how that is. Okay. Well, if we got anybody new, just let me know how many cars you got and where you locate. If you have any questions or anything, yeah, just let me know in the chat. Right now, we're just talking about Hawaii, Turo in Hawaii. Let's see what we got. Okay. I do have a question for everybody. Have you watched my video that I just put up about how to do the check-in procedures? It's like one of the rare times I went outside in Hawaii. It just went up a few hours ago. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for watching. Yeah. The new background caught your eye. Okay. Okay. Well, maybe. So my thing is that I would love to have backgrounds. Like I don't know if you looked at my earlier thumbnails. Maybe I changed them anyway. But I have backgrounds of Hawaii. But putting text on the background, it just destroys the background. So it's kind of hard for me to just have a background in me, right? Because I would love to put more backgrounds of Hawaii. Trust me, I would love to do that. But because I live on a high floor here. I can get good pictures, better lighting. Well, that was outside. I mean that. Are you talking about? It was better lighting. I mean, I need to get. Yeah, because that background was actually outside, so I don't obviously that. Yeah, no, it's putting text on green and just trees and mountains and water. Water's good, but maybe I'll try and change it up, try and see what I can do. It is now. Oh yeah. I put it. It is now with the white. Yeah. I mean, I changed my lighting because I have this stuff. Yeah, I can change it. Yeah. If it was nighttime, which I would love to stream at night, but the time difference is just it's too much. If I stream night here, which is at least in the winter time now, it's 6 o'clock. It's dark, but 6 o'clock here is what, midnight or 11 o'clock on the East Coast. That's too late. So I'll probably never be able to stream at night here. Because if it's at night, I'll go back to like my gold or yellow. I like that, but during the daytime, it doesn't really work. Maybe in the future, I'll upgrade. I will upgrade my lighting, and it'll be different when we hit 10,000 subscribers one day, guys. One day. Did you use a microphone outside? It was a little hard to hear, but I have background AV, so I'm just picky. I do have a microphone. I have a Rode on my camera, but it's the problem. Reason why I don't like filming outside because I can't control the outside noise. Right? I mean, you probably heard the noise. I mean, that's for, and I think I was standing a little too far back some of the time. I know some of it I could hear myself really. I could hear myself normally, but some of the time I was actually a little too far back as well. But yeah, I did see that. It was like, that's why I film inside, controlled environment. I don't have the microphone issue, but in the future, I'm gonna upgrade to like what is it, a lavalier mic or whatever stuff like that, and obviously it'll be better. I don't know. Maybe I'll go drive around the island and I'll go get some more photos. Right. I'll keep on going like past Chinaman's Hat and just keep on going over there. Jurassic Park where they film. Do something over there. Do like some kind. Yeah. Maybe I will see how that goes with like my click through rate and stuff. Or maybe would y'all like that? I don't know. I don't know. Would y'all like to see like some of my? Oh, yeah. You're right, James. Yeah, you are right, Countess. Yeah. No, maybe I won't. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'll change it up. How many people? Well, there's probably lots of channels that show Hawaii anyway. Pretty sure there are. And those people are really good at camera and all that stuff. I'm not. It's just not my strength. Okay. Ooh, okay. So I don't know if we got any new people. I think a lot of people are shy today, but it's all G. Fishing, yes. You're the only Hawaii Turo we got. Yeah, I mean, I talk about Turo, yeah, but let me see. I don't know if you've done it, but doing videos of the process of repair you had to do on a car, maybe a little bit of a vlog style about your Turo experiences. Huh. Well, I mean, as you know, I don't really do that myself. I mean, I'm not. I mean, the only thing I could show you is what me dropping the car off at the shop. I mean, if I had a body shop, I know exactly what you mean. Like if I had a body shop, like there was somebody that is a Turo. What's his name? Stefan. He has his own like body shop stuff. Yeah, well, that's what he's shown that stuff. But I don't have. I think it'd be boring. I mean, literally, I would be show up, give the person the car, and then leave. I don't. I got to figure out something. And you say the vlog style, man. I don't. I try to do the vlog stuff. Maybe I was doing it wrong. Man, I wasn't doing the best, but not many people were clicking on it, and YouTube just stopped pushing the videos. I did it for like 49 days in a row, and I saw it just like it kind of went up, and it just went like it nosedived to like really really low, and I was like, I should stop doing it. It was an experiment, and maybe like I said, maybe I'll do it in the future. I know when it picks back up here, I would love to show, like my day, cars here, how am I doing that? 'Cause I get lots of questions as to like, how do I manage all these cars myself and doing all my deliveries, right, on that scooter back there, how do I do all that stuff? And I thought those vlogs that I was doing was, was good, but maybe it was just too much. I don't know. Maybe no one's ready for it. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't really have a common mechanic. Yeah, I don't. I wish I did, but I don't. I literally pay a lot of money and I go to the dealership. To be honest, I really don't. I do have a friend that does Turo that has his own car dealership, and he's helping me out getting my cars painted at a reasonable rate. And maybe I can ask him where does he go for mechanic. But yeah, I could ask, but I don't know. Like I said, I just go to Honolulu Ford for years, Cutter, Dodge. I just go to the dealerships. That's where I've been going. And it ain't cheap. I ain't gonna lie. I spent a lot of money to repair cars. As you saw in the summertime, how many things I had to do. Even last week, I had tires, man. Tires. I got to replace some more tires coming up. They're like at 5 right now. I think four is like the minimum for Turo. But Hawaii state law is actually 2. So, it's 2 different things. I don't know what the state law is, for wherever you're at. But in Hawaii, safety is 2, not 4. But, usually around that is when I change the tires anyway. But that's just another thing. Let's see. Oh God, why? You should go to a mechanic. I feel like dealerships are definitely more expensive. Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree with you. Over the years, I've definitely tried to use like mobile mechanics. Didn't necessarily work out. I tried to use my friend's friend that's kind of a mechanic. Didn't really work out. They weren't doing it right, man. I know it's expensive. And that's one of the things that would definitely help you out in your business if you had these things. It would actually save you money. It's just hard for me. I just finding somebody. Maybe I should try harder, but I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, but that's Hawaii. If you look up Hawaii, that's state law. Like 2 is state law. Like you can get a new safety on 2. Because I believe it's because in Hawaii, it doesn't rain that much here. Well, rephrase that. It rains like, on the windward side over there. But like the majority of the area, it doesn't really rain that much. So that's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But Hawaii's state law is 2. Maybe Shankers. I don't know if he's still on. Maybe Shankers could say something about that. But 2 is state law here. Let's see, James. I try to do my own work with YouTube, but maybe you don't have the space. Yeah, I'm assuming you have a house and a garage and stuff. And yeah, I definitely don't have. Man, I live in a condominium, but not doing that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's never been my thing. Back in the years ago, I had my friend change a water pump for me and stuff like that. I don't really talk to that friend anymore, but he did that. That helped me out. That saved me some money. Brakes I had someone else do, but yeah, I know brakes. I know that I gotta change my brakes on one of my cars, or it's very soon, not right now. It's like $300 something that I'm gonna have to do, and then my shocks I got to do too. So it's about $1,800 that I know that I'm gonna have to pay. The shocks is like $1,400 on an Acura. I think it's like all four of them or something, but it's just stuff to got to do. And I got two of my cars need tires soon. Soon by the next oil change. Let's see. Caesar, I actually fixed repair in my car. I've been car savvy for a minute now. Oh, that's why Turo made a lot of sense. Okay, yeah. I already work on my car. I've done everything short of drop. Oh wow. That's nice, man. That definitely gives you a one up, man. Definitely. You know, you can get some of those cars that maybe have a little bit more issues, but that's something that you can deal with. Yeah. I wish I was car savvy. I tell you right now, I'm not. I never was. Right when I first started doing Turo, I didn't even know what a water pump was. I didn't. I didn't. I have no idea. I didn't know what else. What's other stuff that I've had to deal with? You know, all these damn struts. What else? I mean, there's so many things now that I pay absolutely no attention to. You know, I mean, I don't even change a tire. Like I really, I mean, have I done it with a friend? Yes, but myself jacking up a car and changing the tire, that ain't me. Like that's just. I know some of y'all might be laughing, but that just ain't me. Like that's never been me, right? That's what I have roadside for. I know it's funny. Someone's gonna laugh, or someone's laughing right now, probably. But okay. Oh, Shankers is here. Okay. Oh, you said Chris Fix is my mechanic. Caesar, I think you should at least get a good mid-tier OBD diagnostic computer. That's my next purchase for the deals coming for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I wonder. I've never even. I have. Well, my OBD reader was. I have it in my bag over there. It ain't nothing. It's just a basic thing. Ain't nothing special. Just something to read the base stuff to clear it. Right. That's pretty much what that. If it's serious, go take it to the damn dealer. And if it's not serious, if it's just something that you just take off and never comes back, then you do that. But OBD diagnostic computer, yeah, that. How much that even cost? Yeah, yeah. And Shankers, I don't know if you were on, but what do you what's your take on the Hawaii state law? On the Hawaii state law, the two, for your tire depth. with the amount you're paying for repairs, I might as well move to Hawaii and be your mechanic. Seems like you're paying a good salary to some guys. Yeah, I probably am, man. I probably am. I mean, yeah, this summer I had to take a lot of cars to the shop, man. It sucked. I might have made $40,000. Let's keep doing this. I might have made $40,000, but I was definitely spending like $3,000 to $4,000 in maintenance. Yeah, Shankers, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Some people don't believe that Hawaii state law is 2, but Turo is 4. So, it's like state law is 2, but Turo wants to say 4, right? But so yeah. So I usually change it between the two. Yeah. Because I have some 5 and 4s right now in some of my cars. One car, definitely. Another one, maybe 2 of them. If it was busy, I probably would change it already. But yeah. And I spent at this place, about $500, 500 something for 2 tires. Well, 4 tires, not 2, but four tires. Tires aren't cheap. Yeah. But yeah. If we got any new people, just let me know how many cars you have and where you're located. If you got some questions, just let us know. We just talking Turo. But yeah, when I first started doing this back in 2017, man, I honestly did not even think about car repairs at all. Like the car that I had was a Kia Optima hybrid, and I had it for to 100,000 miles. I had no issues with it. Maybe I had to change tires. I don't even remember. It was my Uber car. I literally don't even remember if I had to do tires. Like I really had no issues. Like I've never really dealt with car breakdowns, like any of that stuff. Like that's just not something that I ever really had to deal with. Like even my older cars that I bought brand new, kept in 70,000 mile, I never had to deal with the stuff. This coolant problem. My first coolant problem issue was with my Kia, and after this issue, which I'm gonna talk a little bit more into, I don't play around when coolant leaves. I take it to the dealer because I had this coolant that was leaking often, and I kept just putting more in there. And then come to find out, people were driving it. It's not their fault. It's obviously my fault. They were driving it when they had no coolant, and I had a blown head gasket. Yeah, I had no idea what that was. I mean, a lot of you probably know exactly what that is, but I did not know what that was back in 2017, 18. I had no idea. I was like, seriously? And that cost me about $4,000 to get fixed. I was like, what the hell? And literally, I only had that car for like another 6 months. So I might have made that money back, and that was it, and the car was gone. But I didn't really know. Like now I don't even play with coolant stuff. Like if it's really a leak, I just take it off and go straight to the dealer. If it's a slow leak, then I'll keep putting it in there. 2 of my cars actually have coolant leak right now, but it's really small, and I've been dealing with it for a long time. And I know that it's not going to be something that it ain't a big deal. One of my cars, I got coolant in the back. I got that back there. So I know that if something does happen, I got the funnel, I got the coolant right in the back. It happened one time, but someone had it for a lot of days. And I told him, well, the guy knew how to do it anyway, but boom, that was it. Yeah, I tried putting stuff like that in with my Kia, and that stuff didn't really work. I think I did more harm than good, man. Yeah, Caesar, yeah. Short of, yeah, coolant is too, yeah. Yeah, I know now. Like I said, I don't play. Like if the coolant goes down in like 1 day or even like 2 days, really 1 day, I just take it off. Like I'll just call the dealer and just drop it off because I don't even want to play with that. Because I do not ever want to pay for another blown head gasket, like ever. Oh, Sterling Perry, I didn't even see you. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah. Stay new cars. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to get to. The cars I'm buying now are like new cars, but I still have these old cars for years and years and years, which I can get rid of them because I paid them off. But that's what I have. Yeah. Yeah. That's my Turo life. Yeah. I mean, like I said, this is from a guy that knows that knew nothing about cars. Like I didn't know. I just bought cars and renting them out. But bought used cars and renting them out. Right? For the most part. Those Mustangs and stuff. What else? I can't even remember everything. Oh, Caesar. You tried buying the parts yourself online and having the shop installed, and that sounds like that strategy would save you some money on planned repairs like shocks, etc. Yeah, you know what? I don't really know. I have went on what is it called? Rock Auto before. That I have been on. I didn't buy anything. No, I've never looked up shocks and stuff. I don't even know. Is there a price difference? I'm assuming there is. There's a price difference from what the dealership is quoting you just for the part than what Rock Auto or whatever company like that would charge you. And would the dealership even put that stuff on and charge you labor? I mean, labor here is $160 an hour, I believe. Or if you're talking about going to like a smaller place, and then they just charge you labor. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's maybe someone else. Maybe Shankers. Yeah. What is that? Something? Have you done that? Let me see. People that know you can easily replace brakes under 50, $100, depending on your car, of course. You have tools, and I mean the price for all four. Yeah, I mean, I had a friend. I was watching him do it. It didn't take him that long to do it, but it's obviously beyond my capability of doing. I cannot do what he did. But yeah, I mean, all four. Yeah, I mean, Acura Lulu said it was about under $400 to do it back only, like 300 something bucks. I mean, Jiffy, what's it called? Well, Jiffy Lube charges like $500. Yeah, James. See, that's yeah. See, that's right there, James. That's why I didn't. Unless I knew somebody, I wouldn't do that. You would say take it to a mechanic shop, not a dealership. Yeah. I, if I had something set up and I don't, yeah, that most places hate it when yeah. Yeah, I mean, just the mechanical side of this business, man. Like the big Hertz and all of them, they have all this stuff set up, man. They have like the guaranteed places they go, or they have the people come to them, whatever way they got it, man. They're definitely not paying top dollar for that stuff. But even if they are paying top dollar, they're making so much money off the cars. They have like millions of cars, so it doesn't even matter to them. But that is one of the biggest things. You start this business and you get a bunch of old cars, what they call shooter cars. You got like 10, 20, 15, or 25, and you're not a mechanic. Oh, man, you're going to be paying for repairs a lot. That is stuff that Turo does not tell you, that nobody tells you, right? It's sticking new cars, which is what Sterling Perry just said. Yeah, get rid of it at what, 60,000? That's kind of what I'm thinking about doing when my when my newer cars get up there in miles, 60, 50. Once they get out of the powertrain warranty, just get something newer. That's really like my plan. Eventually, I'm going to get rid of my Mustangs. I don't know when, because one has 115,000 miles and my lowest one has 60. So it's a wide range. Most of them are like over 90, right? And I'm trying to get them to 150. And then, am I going to get a new one? Am I? I don't know. A new Camaro. I don't know. But yeah. Oh, I didn't even see that. Let's see. Caesar said a lot of repairs are common regardless of brand, so it's not necessarily vehicle specific. Dealerships would more okay, will be more for electrical issues or codes that pop out or computers that fail. Huh. Okay. Because tires and all that. Yeah, brakes just huh. I bet you're right. Let's see. Shankers, believe it or not, buddy, mine tried to recruit me to go to the outer island to do an oil change for the renter cars budget. What do you do, Shankers? I don't like. Well, what do you do besides Turo? Maybe you are a car guy. I don't know, but you didn't tell me because. But yeah, that's okay. Okay, so you're good with your hands and a concrete pump operator. I don't know what that is, but that does not sound easy, and that sounds really difficult. Okay, well, you do know your way around tools and stuff like that. And okay, yeah, we all come from all over the place. Let's see. See Sterling Curry. Yeah, do a CarMax online appraisal. They paid me 2,100 more than I paid for a 2019 Honda Odyssey. If so, if you're looking to get rid of a car right now, it's a good time to sell. Wow, 2,100 over it. Yeah, I mean, am I really looking to sell right now? I don't know, man. I know it's super slow right now, but it's gonna pick up. I think it's gonna be probably what I want to say at least another a year before they get this chip shortage situated. At least that, if not longer than that. So I don't. Mm, we'll see. But $2,000, that does sound nice. Because since I repainted most of my Mustangs, if not, well, most of them, I can sell them for top dollar. Let's see. What's Caesar? So give it a try and test dealership diagnostic and have them give you an estimate for repairs and take it to a smaller mechanic shop and have them do it for the same difference. Huh. Oh, okay. Well, I do have a question for you, Caesar. Yeah, I do have a question. One of my Mustangs, right? It's been sitting since June, and I don't know if you know about Mustangs, but like the power steering, it kind of when you drive, especially on a freeway. Well, dealership saying I need a new power steering assembly, but when you're driving it, especially on a freeway, it starts to feel like it doesn't have power steering fluid. And this is something that's on a national back order, and I have no idea what to do with the car. I was thinking about selling it, but I know some people say, go search online for the part and this and that. Maybe I checked on eBay months ago and I couldn't find exactly what it was, or like go to a junkyard or something like that, or probably more on the mainland junkyard, probably not here. But what do you think? Okay. Let's see, Sterling. My recommendation is that you do not pay a dealership for a diagnostic. You go in for an oil change, belt, look for self repair. Yeah, that diagnostic fee, I'm actually quite annoyed. $160, or no, $160 plus tax. It's actually 190 something dollars. I had to pay for that actually earlier this week for something stupid that O'Reilly's messed up and blew a fuse in my Acura. It's ridiculous. Yes, Caesar. Yes, it's electronic power steering. That is the truth. Yeah, and they're saying that this steel or something is on like national back order. And mind you, this was back in June that they put it in. Oh, it is a 2016 Ford Mustang convertible. Yeah, probably should have started off with that. But yeah, has about 70,000 miles on it. I've literally only had it on Turo for like 20,000 miles. Bought it used. The person before did something to it. I don't know, but it's annoying. But more than annoying. What is it? 3.7? Yeah, I think the 3.7. The V6. It's V6. It's not the V8. The GT. Yeah, Shaker. I hate that part's always on back order. It's man, and even more now, right? I mean, it's like you don't want your car to get into an accident and you got to order parts right now. Like you don't. You hope that it just needs to be painted and that's it. You start ordering parts, you're gonna be waiting. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. It's man. It's what I've been dealing with. I have the car parked somewhere. I turn it on when Bouncie tell me the battery's low, and I turn off for like 15, 20 minutes, and that's that. Oh, okay. I see what you. Do I have the part number? Yeah. I don't have it. I don't have it in front of me. It's yeah. I don't even. Yeah, I don't even know that. I don't know. I know they said it needs a whole new power steering assembly. I got to take off the whole that the damn. What am I trying to say? Take off the whole thing to get to it and stuff. It's like yeah, made no money. Like no money over how crazy it was in the summer, or very little. It's like at the very beginning of June it was done. I was like, great. Okay. So if we got anybody new, I don't know. I haven't really been looking at the how many people. Just let me know how many cars you have and where you located. If you got any questions, yeah, just leave it in the chat. Yeah, that's one of the. Yeah, I know that that's something that when you look it up, that comes up. The steering rack and pin is the steering rack or pin. That's different from the assembly, right? Or is that part of it? Right. Yeah, because basically what that woman told me it was just a power steering assembly. She never said anything about the rack and pin, which I don't know if that's different anyway. But that's my life. Okay. So how's everybody's Friday going? Other than other than Turo. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. Until next time. Aloha. Until next time. I'll be here. I'm trying to do this at least twice a week. Early in the week and then late in the week, like Friday or Saturday. So that's how I'm gonna do it for here on out. So it'll be next week the next time I do this. Did they work together? The power steering lightens the load on the turning the wheel, and the steering connects to the steering rack, which you can think of the arms that turns the wheel. Oh, okay, okay. Well, okay. Well, which one do you think will make it when you have the steering wheel and you're trying to turn it, and it's so hard that it's like you don't have fluid in there, or is it both? Whatever is doing that. 'Cause I've been in a car before back in high school. When you try to turn it with no power steering fluid, it's literally the exact same way. Feels the exact same way. Don't know how that's possible, but yeah. But yeah, Shankers, yeah, I don't know if you left yet. Yeah, Friday. I'm gonna try and probably do this probably every Friday that I can. That'll be one day. The other day would be probably Monday or Tuesday or something. What did you? That sounds for sure the power steering issue, not the steering rack. If it was the rack, you would have clunks and shakes. No, okay. Yeah, it's not that. Definitely not that. So yeah, it's probably not the rack. I'm gonna do a turn as a power steering. Yeah, I mean it's annoying. I mean it's kind of dangerous, especially on the freeway. And that's why I stopped renting it out. Okay, Let's see what we, yeah. Yeah, just annoyance. Okay. If we got any new people, let me know how many cars you got and where you're located. Hmm. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Okay, I see. Now sounds like your electronic power steering is in the steering rack built in, so you would need to replace. Oh, all of it. Okay. We're at mechanics see if just changing a motor that's attached to the steering rack. Huh. Well, maybe I'll go get a second opinion, not from a dealership. Hmm. Maybe I'll call my friend who owns a dealership, and well, he owns a yeah, he has a mechanic. I'm pretty sure. I know he does. I just never call him. Maybe I will get someone to look at it. Yeah. How do you think something like that happened, right? At 70,000 miles, like I have six other Mustangs, like way more miles than that, and I've never had that issue. So that's why it's just crazy. I don't really understand how that happens. Like, have you encountered that with the, electrical motor or steering? See, well, because they changed to electronics, so instead of a motor pushing fluid to help you turn, oh, oh, and that's what they mean by like, oh shit. You know what? That makes sense then. So why did they change it then? Because if it was just fluid, you could just put more fluid. But if it was a leak, then they can replace the leak. But yeah, yeah, and that's exactly what I was thinking about. If it's electronic, the motor can fail, and the motor fails, and then it's everything. Damn. Huh. I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Mm. At least if it was the regular way, if it's some kind of, a leak, they could just fix the leak, and boom, it's back to normal. Huh. That is something. But 70,000 miles, man. 70,000. Maybe it was made wrong. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, well. So it's a lose-lose situation then. Either way. Oh man. The life of cars. The life of cars, man. The life of cars. The life of cars. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, I will at least call my friend up later and see if I can get somebody to look at it. Yeah. Get my money back because you had a place to order. That was like $2,000 that I paid. She already said they'll give back my money anyway, but yeah, get that back as soon as possible. Hmm. Found on the road, dead. Yeah, I mean, I have a Ford Fiesta, and yeah, I think it just got to 100,000 miles, almost something like that. I think I got it like 89, I think so. Yeah, I don't really like the way it drives in the least bit. I mean, it's basically a shooter car, but yeah, I don't like it. I really don't. But people rent it, and it is what it is. Oh, hey Najee, how's it going? Parking cars in Honolulu. Yeah, man. It is hard. I don't know how many cars do you have. I know for me, yeah, I got my 17 cars right now. Only like one car is out, so I mean, I'm either parking at parks, on the street, paid parking. I mean, shit, by the zoo. I mean, I park wherever I can, really. Huh. Yeah, Caesar. Yeah, yeah. Transmission issues. I mean, it's something minor, but I've never had transmission issues in my life with my car, so I not really. But that car, there is something going on with that car. It's not a major issue, but there is something going on. I will never buy a Ford Fiesta again. I mean, it was a 2013 Ford Fiesta, by the way, but I ain't never buying that. Like, I'm gonna rent it out as long as I can and sell it, right? Like, that's just, yeah, I'm gonna sell it. Let's see, I don't know how much did I pay for it. I think I think $6,900 for that at a dealership. Hopefully, I can sell it for, I don't know, four. I don't know, four something in like a year or something like that. Yeah, 2013 Ford Fiesta. Oh, oh, no problem, Najee. No problem. That's why I go live. I've never seen you on here before, but I go live twice a week. And I don't have a set time, but I tend to do it Hawaii time between 2 and 4. So I don't know where you're. Well, oh, you're in Hawaii because you're asking me Hawaii questions. So yeah, so usually 2 and 4 I tend to go live. Usually it is Friday and it's one other day, usually earlier in the week. But yeah, how long have you been watching my channel? Whoa, 24,000 on 2011. But someone bought the car and just never drove it for like 10 years. Like what? What's going on? Whoa, yeah, two transmissions go out in the same week. And I have Nissans. What year are your Nissans? Damn. How much does a new transmission cost? Isn't that expensive? Are you renting? Are you think you're renting a vehicle? Oh, okay. Uh, damn. Wow. Yeah, 2016. Damn. How many miles is on that? And I'm sorry, you got unlucky, man. Did you just get these cars? You said you just signed up. So what? So what? You just bought these cars and transmission went out on both of them? Shit. I mean, I had my 2013 Nissan Altima, but it had a recall on it for a long time. That secondary latch problem probably still a problem. I had to get rid of it. One was 65,000. Damn. Hey Caesar, is that normal for a Nissan? 65,000 miles transmission? That's like right out of warranty, literally, right? 60,000 miles. If that was like 5,000 miles less, that was warranty. Damn. Wow. Well, one thing I can say, which is not about the car, unfortunately, Naja, you should join my Facebook, my Turo Facebook group. I have it pinned in the chat, and yeah, I would definitely say join that group. We talk about Turo all the time, and when I go live on Facebook as well. So if you're not getting notifications from YouTube, you'll get it from Facebook, 100%. So, yeah. Oh, hey Harry from Facebook. I see you watching. How's it? Oh, hey Tiff, how's it going? Whatever. Perfect timing for live. Just about to message you. Okay, I just noticed that they added categories back to the review. What categories? I have not. Well, what kind of categories? I don't even know. Oh, you're welcome. Let's see. Let's see what he said. So transmissions should have their fluid changed every 40 to 60,000 miles because otherwise the fluid stops lubricating well and inside parts break down, the metal components and failure happen. I've never had a transmission. Oh, transmission. I've never had. You know what? Rephrase that. I know when I told you I never had a transmission issue, I definitely had a transmission issue. My Acura MDX, for some reason, well, I got into an accident 3 years ago with that car, which is probably part of the problem. But my transmission with that, like, it does some weird stuff. Point is, I have to do what you're saying right now. I have to get that flush, like, quite often. Like, I've done it twice in the last 2 years. And that car has 108,000 miles, the Acura MDX. But I got into an accident that was like, I don't know how much money. I rear-ended somebody going like 30 miles an hour, and it kind of messed up a lot of stuff. But, yeah. That is something. But I don't do it with my other cars. You think that's something you do for your Mustangs and with Mustangs? And how long does it take, really? If you're saying it starts to break down after that, like. And also, Nissans have plenty of issues in those years with the CV. Yes, that I heard about. Yeah, the CVT. I believe that's what it stands for. They tend to fail at early age. Yeah, that's what I heard when I got that Nissan. I was like, is there something? Yeah, that was crazy. I have new Nissans, but yeah, those year Nissans, I won't be buying. Like, that's one car I will not be buying for Turo. I will not buy an older Nissan. Like, it's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Let's see. Tiff, let's see. Sent screenshot in Messenger is not very cohesive. You can't tell which car the complaint. What? Let me see. Oh, that is new. Yeah. Oh, okay. Huh. Okay. Well, that's something new. Yeah. If anybody didn't know that, if you check your reviews, they have a breakdown now. Yeah, they break the review into like 5 different categories. Yeah. That is something new. I wonder what my Acura is. It's probably, yeah, not that good. But huh. Yeah, they always changing stuff. Okay. You said you can't tell which car. Oh, let's see. So the fluid is what allows the internal parts to two of the transmission to shift smoothly, and the fluid would break down over time. Some manufacturers even say on new cars, no transmission fluid is needed to be changed, but that's a costly lie that would bring you back to the dealer to buy it. But this is covered under the the warranty, right? I'm definitely over the factory, but the powertrain warranty, I'm assuming, right? Transmission. I would hope so. Powertrain. Okay, good. Well, those two I ain't got to worry about. But, huh, the Acura. I just got to get rid of a lot of these older cars because I know issues are eventually going to arise. $2,500 issue. Don't really want to deal with that. Not to fix something like that. What do you think about Mustangs though? Like with their transmission, like are they known to fail like at all? If you don't do it, like I've put like 60, 70,000 miles in these cars and I haven't done transmission like ever. So, but once you're out of it, which is usually 75,000 miles, 100,000 miles, that's when the transmission fails if you hadn't done anything maintenance wise. That's funny. That's funny. That's when they go out right outside of warranty. Yeah, yeah. I can tell you something about that. I had my water pump go out in two cars on my Mustangs. One was right before 60,000 miles, and one was right after 60,000 miles. So one was covered and one wasn't. Seriously? Like, seriously? Both Nissan Rogues. Yeah, seriously. It's about time to change the fluid. There's really more so that you avoid having. I gotta see how much. Yeah, how much does it cost? I gotta look that up. And I'll be. Yeah, I gotta look at the dealer. Yeah, I gotta see how much that stuff costs. Transmission. Because I have one Mustang with 115,000 miles. I'm trying to get to 150. What other cars do you have, Najee? Or is it you just got those Nissan Rogues? He said $400 not at the dealer. Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay, Najee, which cars do you guys recommend a newbie start out with? I am currently in a small town in Texas, in Harlington, or my bad, Harlingham. I think it's Harlington, right? Harlington, and would like to test out the waters before and learn the ropes. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know that area in the least bit, but I would definitely say, any car you get, definitely get like OnStar service, stuff like that. So you have the GPS and the remote locking stuff already there in your car. I mean, I can't even I can't even say what kind of car because you got to look at your market and see exactly if it's saturated or if it's not, right? Because you can get a car, you can go get like something really cheap, get like a regular sedan, like a small one, compact like a Spark, and you'd be like, okay, this is gonna make some money. But if that market is flooded with all those cars, it's not gonna be as much money if you got like a bigger sedan or maybe like like a small crossover SUV like that Nissan Rogue, right? You just gotta look at that. You gotta see how many cars are in your market. But I gotta say, like on the low, 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 if you got just a regular sedan, older sedan, low, low, low cars, it'd probably be like what is it, high 20s, $30. Probably almost any market, but that's like super low. You really want to run a car out for that? Not really, unless you had no choice. But if you want some coaching, I do have Patreon, which I have it in the description if you want some one-on-one stuff. Then I can deep dive in the area and we can come up with some stuff. But it's up to you. If not, you can watch my video too on one of my videos. That's right, I'm just gonna put it here. See, do you recommend financing? Well, I recommend whatever you can do, whatever your financial situation is, to be honest. right? I mean, I financed 12 all at the same time before, right? And now I'm doing cash. So I mean, it just all depends where you're at. I don't like really telling people to, only finance, to only cash, to only lease, because there's lots of people who say stuff like that. And I don't think that that's something that people should say. I mean, you should understand, the advantages and disadvantages of each one, and whichever one fits you and what you're okay with. That's what I believe, right? Me personally, I won't be financing that many cars. That's just because I had so many, and just the the car loans add up after a while, right? That's just for me. But when I first started, I was all about financing, and I was okay. But just got to the point that in maintenance, which is actually what we've been talking about for a while, my maintenance costs just been getting out of control because my cars were getting up there in miles and having all kinds of issues with things. And yeah, I mean, there's just so many things I've had to pay for, especially in the summertime, right? Because my cars were getting over 80, 90, 100,000 miles, and things are just breaking. But at the beginning, you finance cars, they're brand new, more likely you're not going to have many issues, just mechanical issues at the beginning. Or if you do, they're in warranty, right? You get rid of them at 60,000 miles, okay, then your mechanical issues ain't going to be an issue. Not really. But, you got those car loans, and those car loans add up. But who knows what your credit is, what percent. I mean, I had 12 car loans, but I didn't have the best credit. I mean, some of my loans were, most of them were like 8, 7, but I had some like 16. Like the last ones, like, yeah, it got pretty high. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, that's my take on that. I do have a video on that too. The video that I talk about, like, my 12 car loans, and was it something, and I basically give my personal opinion on that. And I say that that's actually my personal, but I say I have videos on all three, right? Anyone you want to do, I have videos on that. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people, that's watching, they probably finance, or maybe do cash. Like, and then it just depends on what you're trying to do. There's so many different models of trying to run this business. And you can go on Facebook, and read go these groups, talk to all these different people. People are gonna tell you the way they did it and this and that. And yeah, there are lots of ways. I mean, yeah. That's my take on that. And Cedar, you said okay. It's more or less. Well, like I said, I would definitely look into that transmission. I'm gonna see how much that stuff costs. I mean, I'm already paying so much money to repaint a lot of my cars, and yeah, usually like the standard thing I do is like an oil change at a dealership, and they run whatever checks they do with their whatever they call it, their multi-point inspection stuff. And yeah, they tell me I should do this, I should do that, and I mean, I can tell you something that was ridiculous. Okay, I went to Acura of Honolulu. I go there a lot for my car. I know my car has lots of issues. I swear, like this person, they had like 3 or 4 sheets of like recommendation stuff I could do. And I'm telling you, I think the cost came out to be over 10 G's. This is like the balls on the on the service guy. This thing, I swear, it was like 12,000. It was $10,000 to $12,000 that the paper said. I'm like, are you crazy? Like, are you insane? I mean, what do you think about that? Like, are you insane? Like, who would just drop that kind of money out of a hat just to fix, like, do every recommended stuff? It's crazy. Okay. Okay. So if we got anybody new, I know I haven't said this in a while. If you can hit that like button, YouTube loves that engagement. We can get more people in here. And also, if you can let me know where you are watching from, how many cars you got. Oh, you found me? Oh, well, you're welcome. Well, I'm going to say a lot. Thanks for, I'm finding this is so rare. I literally was going to talk to you about all these things, wondering if how I could reach you, and came across your name on Facebook randomly. Such a small world. Yeah, I mean, recently I've been kind of pushing myself out there on Facebook. I've been in a couple of groups for years, but I've seen these other groups that I just saw them recently. I just started joining all those groups. So a lot of people in those groups know me from YouTube anyway. But yeah. Hopefully we talk. Hopefully we video chat. Oh, when in meet you in Honolulu. Oh, you're coming? Okay, well, if you're coming, yeah, I'll be here. I'm going nowhere. Oh yeah, same to you, man. Same to you. Oh yeah, sorry, someone. Yeah, you said. Oh yeah, you did say you rent it from me. Yeah, when you're saying you're in Texas right now, you're throwing me off. I was like, he's not here right now. You rent it from me. Okay, how long ago was that? Was this like a year ago or something? Don't say like a few months ago. I mean, that would just or a couple years ago. 3 weeks ago. Okay. Okay. 3 weeks ago, it was pretty busy. I had a lot of cards going out. Yeah, that is pretty recent. Okay, that's funny. So it's definitely a small world. That's a fact. 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. That's funny. Oh no, it's my fault. I talked to so many conversations that I've been having along the last few days. It's crazy, but yeah, it's all G. Well, if anybody else want to say where they're from and how many cards you got, more than likely you did not rent from me like that person. That was pretty funny. Oh, how to end up in Hawaii? I'm gonna put that. Well, I'll put it here. How to end up in Hawaii? I ended up in Hawaii because my dad was in the military. I got here in what 2002, eighth grade. So I've been here a while. So I'd probably be here forever, more than likely. So Hawaii is my home. That's what I know. So yeah, Hawaii. Very expensive, but it is what it is. Yeah, a lot of military here. That's a fact. Especially if you're black. Pretty much everybody, if you move, it's because of military. That is the truth. Okay. So if you got any new people, let me know how many cards you got, and let me know where you locate. Okay. Let's see. Do you host other people's vehicles, Matt? No, no. I got asked a few times, but nah, I just do. I think like everybody does Turo differently, and once you start, trying to do it with somebody else, and people want to do that, people want to do that, just yeah. For me, it's just better for me to do it myself. That's just my opinion. There's lots of people who have, their, co-hosts and all that stuff, or they have a partnership and all that, but that's just not something that I'm trying to do. It's kind of hard to find somebody who does it like you, right? The way you do it. Is Turo your full time job then, or are you in the military as well? Well, I was in the military. I was in the reserves, but that was back when I was 19 years old to 22, so that was a long time ago. But I do Turo full time. Pre-COVID, I had condos. I had like 7 condos that I subleased, which I do a video on that as well. So I've been doing I was doing Airbnb and Booking.com since 2015, right? So I've been doing that. That's what I did. I know that like I know that maybe more than I know Turo. It's different. It's different. But that's what I did. Like that and Uber is what I did for. I started Uber back in 2014. I did that full time, and that's pretty much what I did. And when I transitioned to Turo, kind of stopped doing Uber because Uber pay was nothing. I got to make off of Turo. So then it was just like Turo and Airbnb, and that's what I did right there. I had 7 condos. I had 3 for a long time, 3, 4, and 7 towards the end. But it was like 7, and then I had about 10 cars. I did all that stuff myself. I know, crazy. When I mean all myself, like clean the condo, sometimes I had to meet people, I had to deal with issues because there were definitely issues doing Airbnb and stuff, and then do all the cars. So, yeah, I am, yeah. It is. It takes a certain kind of person to want to do 7 condos and do all the cars. A lot of people say, you should hire people, do this and that. That's just not something I do. I mean, if I got big enough where, I needed to hire somebody, which I almost did. I did hire someone for a little while, but if I got big enough for, like that, then yeah, I would. But I don't think I've gotten to that level. Yeah, I was cleaning. I had when I had to do laundry. When I did laundry, I did laundry. Like I would do laundry for hours. It would take hours because I would have so many bags. I mean, yeah, it took a while. Towards the end, I kind of changed up how I did. I tried to do laundry. I would do laundry every single day. Like in this 2 bedroom apartment, my electric bill was like $700 a month. Like it's kind of just me using the washer and dryer all the time. But yeah, the cleaning, I got my cleaning supplies. I have some cleaning supplies in the condos, but you got to bring new sheets, towels. I mean, stuff like that. New blanket. I mean, that stuff that I got used to doing that. I mean, 2015, to 2020. Like that wasn't. I mean, it was something. I mean, but it was just something that I did. I made good money off of that. I definitely did. Then COVID hit, and boom. And I was subleasing. I never owned any of this stuff, right? I subleased. So I didn't make money until I covered my rent. So I had 7 condos at the peak. That was about plus the plate plus right here because I rented out my spare room in here as well. So all my rent was coming out to be about $12,000 a month. So I didn't make any money until I covered the $12,000, of course, right? Then taxes too. So a little bit more with taxes, but I didn't make money until that. So as you know, then yeah. No, I don't do Airbnb anymore. No, I'm okay. maybe one day, but it would probably be a totally different system. It would not be like the way I was doing it, because probably I would own something then, or yeah, and do it that way. But I don't know. But it gave me experience. It gave me experience running credit cards and stuff. Like, because on booking.com, because booking.com and Airbnb, I don't know if you know about booking.com, but there are private stuff on booking.com like Airbnb. So I had to have a square. I had to charge people. I had to deal with chargebacks. Because people do chargebacks if they hate the room. You have a no cancellation policy. Unlike how Turo is, I had a no cancellation policy. Right, simple as that. Like I had that. So I had to deal with chargebacks. I mean, I dealt with that for years. So in that aspect, I know about when a lot of people they want to go like direct, and they want to charge people. Like I did all that, and dealing with that stuff, it ain't easy, even if you have like a contract and stuff. Hence why Turo keeps changing all this stuff, because Turo is dealing with a ton of chargebacks. I know they are, but that's what I learned. Airbnb art. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you could. I don't like it. I don't really use that word, but yeah. I mean, I want to say I was like a property manager, to be honest. That's really what I was. I was a property manager and cleaner and concierge. I mean, Airbnb, you're a lot of stuff. I mean, you're a lot of stuff. I can tell you that. And running around, just imagine. Okay, well, with the cars, okay, yeah, I've done 12 cars in a day, but imagine cleaning like 5 condos, and you really can't. I didn't really start cleaning to about like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. My checkout was at noon, so I mean, literally, like, I would go like all into the evening, cleaning condos. So it was something. It was an experience, to say the least. It's not for everyone. I knew one other person that did the exact same thing that I did, but he had more condos than me. But I had more cars than him. I started getting crazy with the cars, and he stayed with more condos, and yeah. So, but yeah, that's my history on that. For anybody else, I think other people are watching as well. But yeah, I do have videos on this stuff that I broke down. Yeah, I have one video about how I did the Airbnb stuff. Definitely, the one 18-minute long video, and I did it a while ago. So, but I know. Yeah, if we got any new people, let me know where you're located and how many cars you have. Always like to see that. Okay. Okay. So we are 2 hours and 19 minutes in. That's true. I usually go between 1 and 3, depending on how this goes. Let's see. Yeah, that's rough. I'm currently going to be leasing one of my 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, as well as leasing in one of my other fourplexes. So we'll be reaching out for sure. Okay. Okay, so you're going to do Airbnb and Turo. Okay. Well, the sharing economy, people enabled us to make some money. I'll tell you that. Well, that's nice. Congrats. You'll make as much money as you want to work. That's pretty much what that is. Yeah. Huh. You'll be running around. Well, I don't know what your setup's gonna be with your condo. Are you? I'm assuming. Do you have like people? Do you have cleaners and stuff like that, or are you doing this all yourself? Or you have a partner? I mean, that's definitely makes it easier. Okay. So you have a cleaners used to clean when yeah. So yeah, that makes it easier. I'm tired of tenants moving out every year. Yeah, I mean cleaners make it easier. That definitely. If I owned 7 condos, which if you own 7 condos in Hawaii, you're probably rich anyway. So you're definitely going. You're definitely going to have cleaners and stuff. So yeah. Since I was subleasing and I didn't make any money until I covered my, 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 yeah, until I covered my lease, nice. Until I covered my rent, right? I couldn't afford that kind of stuff. There's just no way. One thing I am curious, since you are a homeowner, you know, like from what I've never been a homeowner in my entire life, and I'm curious, like people who buy a home, that's really only for like long term, long term money. Like, do you really even make money short term by renting out long term? Like, do you? As far as I know, you don't. Like, I mean, what your rent is? I don't know. Whatever your mortgage is, whatever the rent is, and after HOA fees, I mean, how much money are you even? Other than the long term stuff, but for short term, what are you even making on a short term? I'm assuming it's nothing. But what did you just say? You had an incident where the tenant trashed the place to want to try Airbnb. Oh man, I've had plenty of Airbnbs trash. I can't even tell you how many times. Like I said, there's tons of issues with Airbnb. I've had stuff trash crazy. I had locals, which is like kind of with the cars, where you don't want to rent to locals. I had the same issue. The same issue. I had to completely stop like renting to locals in my condos. I had to stop doing it because for one, they were trying to sneak back in there because your lockbox stuff. You had to keep changing the code, or if you forget, they'll definitely go back in there because I had that happen. But those were the ones who do crazy. So I had the cops called to my condos before. It's kind of the reason why I got kicked out of one of my buildings because of just the issues that kept on coming up. Man, I had people identity theft. Oh man, I can go on and on. And man, people I had people. It was crazy. Simple as that. Identity theft is a real thing. I've seen this stuff like it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, long term. So yeah, that would be. That's what I figured. You know, the really the only way you buy a place and you want to make money now on it, is that you would have to do short term stuff, right? I mean, so we only yeah, you buy a place and you want you're trying to rent out long term, you're not making any money short term. So yeah, but yeah, that's true. I mean, like I said, I've, I've hosted so many people. Most people there was no issues, but I've had plenty of time stuff. Cops called. I mean, I had all kinds of stuff. Oh, hey, how's it going, Georgie? How's Georgie Prince? I've never seen you before. Let's see what we got. Question: I get my first trip today. The guy was supposed to come at 5, but he said his flight delayed into 12 p.m. I don't know how much to charge this guy because it's my first time. Well, welcome to Turo, but there are a couple of things, right? There is no charge for that. There's not a charge. So the airport is something that it's a tricky thing, right? I don't know how you're doing your setup, but I don't recommend you sitting in your car somewhere at the airport or by the airport because of stuff like this. Flights always come in late. So when I coach people, I talk to them and about this airport situation, like Do you know the airport situation in regard to Turo? Because a lot of airports do not like Turo, so you have to like have stuff set up. I mean, parking garage, have them take shuttles to places. Like, have you done all these things, or are you just about to pick them up in baggage claim and go somewhere? Because you can get ticketed for stuff like that. But if you are just sitting in a car somewhere, just waiting on them and picking them up, you got to change your setup. Like, that setup is just not going to work, because this right here is going to happen again. And you have other stuff to do. Because you said 5. I mean, come at 5. What is? Do you saying 5 p.m. and what is this? 5 p.m. to, is that midnight? You said, is that midnight? I'm assuming that's midnight or something. But the point is, that's like 7 hours right there. Yeah. Usually when I do my airport stuff, like, this is what I do. Right. I live 8 miles from the airport. So when I did my when I did Uber, this is how when I did Uber, and I did a lot of when I did private stuff for at the airport. Like, I knew they were coming in. I tracked their flight, which if you're gonna do stuff like that, you're gonna have to track their flight. I tracked their flight, and flights always came in late. So sitting up there and just waiting, it's just there's no fun. It's just, no, you don't want to do that. Like, now, what I do, I just stay down 8 miles away, and when they message me and they tell me that they've landed or something like that, that's when I go. Right? Just go about your business, just do whatever, and just go there when they say they landed. Right? I mean, that's just what I do. Just, it will bring less headache doing this Turo, because there are so many things with Turo that you're gonna have to deal with. That's one thing you don't want to deal with, right? That's my take on that. And I would say also, I don't know if you just found my channel right now. I would say, well, two things. I would say join my Facebook tour group, right? Definitely join that group. We talk about tour all the time. But if you want some one-on-one coaching, check on my Patreon in the description, and I coach people and stuff. But if not, I have a lot of videos on YouTube, like hundreds of videos that will help you out as well. But good luck. Okay. Let's see. Nigel, are you still on? I don't know if you left, but you are, okay. Do you use any other car rental sites apart from Turo? No, I'm just on Turo. I wish Turo was on the same thing, like on Expedia and stuff. That's probably never gonna happen, but nah. Yeah, Turo has. I mean, they advertise, right? And it should be enough. Normally they are, but yeah. Oh, you're talking. Okay, yeah. No, they don't have Get Around here for one. Zipcar. I think Zipcar. Don't you need commercial insurance or something like that? I think that's what I saw, and that's really for like doing a gig economy too, right? If you're talking about high car, I don't think high car is here either, or maybe it is, but no. I've only been Turo, Turo. Let's see. One major question for you. I was reading a report on Hawaii and rental cars, how Hertz sold most of its cars. Um, did I miss? Okay, maybe I'll come back. So I don't think that's the whole question. You say Georgie. No, I'm at home waiting on them. I'm in Orlando. I don't think I'll have an issue at the terminal. Okay, well if you have no issue, then yeah. But charging them, yeah. For the pickup, there's no charge for that. The only thing that it could be is like doing like a guest no show. I don't necessarily recommend doing a no show at the airport unless I mean, a lot of hours. But like, I'm gonna ask, do you have their flight information? Because if you don't, then I mean, the flights get delayed all the time, right? I mean, if it's something like they never showed up, like they told you they missed their flight or something like that, then yeah, doing a guest no show. But I mean, if they never said anything or they gave you the flight, like, do you have the flight information? And back to Najee. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They sold a lot of their cars. They got shipped to the mainland because right when the pandemic started, they had their cars parked at Aloha Stadium. You could see like 1,000 cars just sitting there, and then you didn't see it. So that's why it was so crazy here when we opened back up. When everyone started coming here, there was literally no cars. Okay. Okay. Georgie, did y'all have any like communication right after they booked? Like, have you even messaged them? Have they messaged you? Like, have y'all even talked? Have you tried to call their phone, see if it's on? Or what did you say? And Najee, basically that means there were less cars in Hawaii and more business for you. Do you think that will affect business if they get? I mean, yeah. I mean, it went. I mean, there was literally nothing. I mean, obviously, that's not going to happen again, right? I don't expect that to happen. But to get back to some kind of normal, like pre-COVID numbers, yeah, that's what I expect. But when they get more of their fleet eventually, yeah. I mean, there are lots and lots of cars on Turo in Hawaii, way more than I don't remember how much. Well, there were lots of cars on Turo pre-COVID. There really were. And then there were nothing. A lot of people they sold their cars. So what's going to happen is that eventually, when the Hertz cards come back and all that stuff come back, I believe, a lot of Turo cars are probably they're going to leave. Some people will leave. I'm pretty sure some will because they're not going to get booked. Nowhere near what it was when they first started. Right, a year later, it's just it's not. I don't know where it's going to fall though, and I don't know when. But I know right now, at least $30 cars for like brand new cars, it's not going to be that. It's going to be a lot higher. Definitely, convertibles, yeah. And then it's going to be a lot more people booking last minute. Like right now, I have cars like 50 and $65, and for like 1 day rentals last minute, I'm like in the top 50, and I'm not getting booked, and I'm in Waikiki. That's like really unheard of. Like usually in that situation, I would get multiple bookings last minute. I get nothing, and that tells me there's nobody here. Like there's literally, and I see people in Waikiki, but there's not enough people here to book Turo cars. Right. Let's see. I think someone said something. Let's see. Yes, I did message him and told him that I will be charging a fee for that, but he had no problem. Yeah. So, well, like I said, there is no fee for that, right? Like Turo will never. There's no fee. Simple as that. I mean, you can waste your time calling Turo and deal with their customer service. I don't advise that. Turo customer service is very, very bad, and they're in the Philippines. One, they're not even gonna understand what you're saying, and they're just so it's a waste of time. There's no fee for being late. On the other end, for late return, 100% there's fees, right? They have two fees. They have the fees for up to 2 hours, and then they got the fee for more than 2 hours. And then I mean, not obviously, but then if the car is like, let's say they, for some reason, hopefully this never happens to you, but it can happen. They like steal the car or they keep the car for like 5 days. Turo will only pay you like a day or a day and a half. I know it's horrible. That's why you got to have GPS in your cars and you got to be like, know where your cars are at all times. And you got to go get your cars because Turo's not paying for that period. If you think they are, because I know you're new, if you think they are, they don't, right? They don't. They're only paying for like a day. Just to let you know. If you don't have trackers in your car, I would get one as soon as possible. Okay. So now, did you ever work with car rental companies to give you business? Oh, rental. No. I mean, usually Turo is enough business. I mean, to be honest. I mean, it usually is. Am I going to be 100% booked all the time like in the summer? No, definitely not. But yeah, and car rental companies don't really want to deal with Turo anyway. What, you're going to roll up to them? No, they're not going to help you. Definitely not. This is a good question. It's for everybody who doesn't have trackers. What kind of trackers do you recommend? Well, at minimum, the trackers that go into the OBD reader, OBD reader, that goes to the OBD port, that's a minimum of something you need. I mean, of course, those can be easily pulled out, right? If someone's really trying to steal your car, they're gonna take that out instantly. Or someone who knows cars, they know how Turo operates, they're gonna look for that. But if you only have that, I do have that in 10 of my cars, right? Bouncie, Vinks. I mean, there are other ones. I mean, there are other ones that go to OBD reader. I keep saying OBD reader, OBD port. There's plenty of those. But the ones where I really recommend is have, starting off getting a car makes it so much easier. Just get a car that has OnStar service. Get a car that has a Nissan Connect. I don't really like Nissan Connect. OnStar is better. Or get one that has like the Kia that has the UVO service. Like all these things, these cars, especially the new ones, they're hardwired in there. The Chevy one is hardwired on even older ones. Like you can go all the way back. I heard it's on 2013s, but I think it's definitely 2014. But someone said 2013. I swear I said 2014 on like pretty much all Chevys, 2014. So if you're trying to get an older car put on there, that's what I have. I have a 2014 Chevy Spark. The only reason why I got it because it has OnStar service. I had a 2015 Spark. The only reason why I got it because it has an OnStar. I have a 2014 Sonic. The only reason why I got it because I have an OnStar. I know where these cars are at all times. Simple as that. That's what I recommend. Just getting a Chevy, GM car, right? So it's like a Chevy, a Buick, a Cadillac. All those cars have OnStar. It will make your life so much easier because bringing your cars out without trackers, especially if you're in a market where you're getting mostly locals, I'm telling you, you're setting yourself up for failure. 100%. And at minimum, you're setting up regard. You need to have a tracker. Just stuff that people that are coming late. What if they're lying? What if they slept in and you need to go get your car for the next person and they're not that far away? But if you don't have a tracker, you don't know where it is, so you can't do nothing. You just gotta wait for them and call Turo and deal with them and just deal with that whole process where you can just go get your car. Right. Yeah, I do have if you check in the description, I do have links, Amazon affiliate links that I do make a small commission off of. I do have my trackers and stuff there. uh, what's the craziest story you've ever had with getting a car back? Well, I can tell you that this varies from person to person. I can tell you out of my 5,000 trips, I haven't dealt with really crazy, crazy issues. But, when people ask me this question, the first thing that comes to mind is something that happened not that long ago, right? It was a local person that rented my car, right? And she had my Camaro, I don't know, a couple of days, and I was trying to get the car to come back. I have GPS, OnStar and Chevys, so I know exactly where it is. And the car was supposed to come back at a certain time. I didn't get a phone call. I nothing. I'm like, my car is just sitting here. I'm like, what's going on? Like literally, I called Turo. They probably sent emails, this and that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna get my car. This is about an hour later because I had to do something else, I believe. So I scootered. I have my scooter, not that scooter, but I have a beast, a Wide Road Pro that can go like 19 miles. It wasn't. It was like 4 miles away. So basically, I just went to go get the car, and I saw it's parked on the street right there. You got to have spare. I got in a car. Boom, done. Hours later, she said something that what did she say? She said, why did I take the car? I can't remember exactly, but she said something, and she had the key. And I'm like, there's one thing. If anybody's watching, if you didn't know that key is one of the key getting replacement keys from Turo is like one of the really host friendly thing that they have. They will replace your key. Simple as that. You just got to upload the receipt, whatever way you got the receipt. If it's your friend doing it, you just gotta have a receipt. Simple as that. And they reimburse the receipt, right? You really don't even have to deal with the renter. You can, they're gonna pay you. But for this one right here, she did not want to give me my key. So she wanted me to go back there. I am not doing that. So I gave her straight up. I told her. I gave her hours. I think I gave her a day or so. I gave her the rest of that day. I told her, call an Uber, put the key in there, and Uber to my place. Simple as that, right? Simple. She didn't want to do that. So the next day, I just called up my friend that makes keys, got keys made, got a receipt, right? Whatever it costs or whatever I put on there. Get a claim with Turo. There's no place that actually says keys, but you just put it somewhere there. And once you start talking to the claims rep or whatever, yeah, it'll be easy and you'll get the money. So yeah, that was that. And then she got mad that, she got charged for that, but that's her fault, right? And she said that she was like sleeping because she was working the night before or something like that. But the point is, your car's supposed to be back, right? But that's the thing. Oh, yeah, thank you for subscribing. But yeah, that's some of a crazy story. But I haven't. I know there's so many crazy stuff on YouTube, and I'm glad that I can say that I haven't had that stuff. Not really. Just I haven't really had I haven't had so far. Hopefully, it never happens. But I never really had major damage, like major total loss stuff like that. I have not had that stuff yet. Eventually, it will happen. I'm pretty sure, but hasn't happened yet. But let's see. See what you said. How do you deal with mileage? Do you do unlimited miles or certain miles? Okay, when I first started, I made a mistake. Hey, I know you are just about to start. A year ago, so from a year ago to the very beginning of Turo, well, not the very beginning, but as far as I know, in 2017, maybe 2016, the mileage set was 100. That's what it was a day, and after that, you could set whatever overages penalties per mile. So people got crazy with it. They had it like $2, was it $5? The point is, people made a lot of money off this mileage stuff, and it was good. And that's how people made money when they rent out really cheap cars. Have a 100-mile set, or they rent out really nice cars and have it 100-mile set. They'll make money on overages, right? That's how they made money. But all this stuff changed a year ago, and they switched to 200. But right before they changed it, I switched. I was unlimited for a long time, for years. I switched to 100, and I saw it. I started getting money off of that. I was like, oh, are you kidding me? Right? And then they changed it. I'm like, damn, I should have been doing this from the start, 100 miles. I should have been doing it from the start. No way I should have been unlimited. But, that's my loss. It is what I got. I got a little taste of it, but it is what it is. But now, this 200-mile stuff, unless you have like I don't even think it's deluxe. I think it's super deluxe. So you get it down to like 150, 175. Yeah, I mean, it's 200. I mean, that's what it is. So technically, somebody can drive, they book your car for a month. They can drive your car 6,000 miles. I know. It's insane. A lot of people quit because of that. They stop doing it, right? Because this mileage situation, it kind of, you have to do leases differently now. A lot of people don't want to touch leases with Turo cars because of this mileage situation. And I know the mileage sucks, appreciation. And it's just, maybe if you're in an area that you're getting a lot of people that are driving your cars, they're taking advantage of this 200-mile a day stuff. Yeah, you're going to have to do something to stop that. For me, my cars, people are driving like, what, 20 to 24,000 miles a year on my cars. That's about what they're doing. And mind you, I do a lot of 1 day. 80% of my cars are like 1 or 2 day rentals. So people are like driving a lot for one, and they're trying to hit everything in 1 day. So it's a lot of miles, right? But if you in a market, or you set up your cars a certain way that you get people to book like, I don't know, a week, right? And you see that they're not driving that much, then it'll be easier for you. But the only way you're going to get this, you got to get the data. And the only way you're going to get the data is if you're doing Turo and you're getting cars and you're getting trips, and then you're going to know, and then you can change what you're doing. But when you do start, don't put it above 200. Don't do 250. Don't do 3, and don't make it unlimited. 100% do not make it unlimited. Like, don't do it. I'm telling you right now, someone's going to drive your car and they're going to drive it 1,000 miles in a couple days and return the car. Don't do that. Like that's one. I want to say that's one of the worst things you can do. Have unlimited miles on your cars. Just don't do that. Anybody watching, do not put a car on unlimited miles. You're just no, don't do that. You can have unlimited mile extra, right? An extra, but not just have unlimited miles. Depreciation is it can kill you. I mean, it just imagine you buy a brand new car, right? Because I guarantee you this has happened to somebody during Turo. You buy a brand new car and they have unlimited miles, and this person drives like 5,000 miles in 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks, because they're driving around like all, you know what I mean? They're driving from one side of the country to the other. People do that. So I do not ever, anybody watching, don't ever put unlimited miles in your cars. I'll say not even a Tesla, even though Tesla is different, but I wouldn't, don't do it. I did it in Hawaii because I'm in Hawaii, right? People are not driving to, to another state, right? They'll be in the water. That's one thing to take from this live stream. Do not put your cars on unlimited miles. But yeah, if we got anybody new, just let me know where are you watching from. Let me know how many cars you got. I might be stopping this at 3 hours unless we get some more people, because I've been doing this 2 hours and 46 minutes. Let's see. Where would you recommend I go look for data for my city? Well, I mean, let's see. Well, other than looking it up yourself, like looking on, doing the research on Turo and checking up cars and all that, there are some other stuff, people that, okay. Well, what I tell everybody, man, just going on Turo and just look for every car. And car, I mean like sedan, SUV, 7-seater, not the actual brand. Brand doesn't really matter unless it's something exotic, really, really exotic, where it's just one brand. But like any like sedan is a sedan, unless it's like a 4-seater sedan, a 5-seater sedan, even like a crossover. It's kind of the same thing, right? I mean, they're both 5-seaters. One's a little bit bigger, but pretty much it's kind of the same thing. Just look at that and look at the prices in your market. Look how many are even there. When you do your search a week out, a month out, 2 months out, 3 weeks out, stuff like that. And how many days, like, you look at, you're looking at 1 day, looking at 2 days, looking at 3 days. Because, a lot of people, they have minimum. If you're looking at 2 days, lots of people who have minimum 4 days, you won't even see that. So, but what if your minimum is 4 days, but you're only looking at, 2-day rental? It doesn't really make sense because that's not really going to be your competition, right? Okay. Oh, is there anybody new or anybody has a question? We got like 5 people in here or something like that. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. It's probably this Friday that a lot of people are out and about, or YouTube's not pushing my live stream. Who knows? It probably could be both. What I can say, if everybody could hit that like button for the live stream, YouTube definitely loves that. And you just said yes, Georgie. Right now, I would go on there and take unlimited miles off and put it at 200 miles. I wouldn't. Yeah, I do not. Nobody should be renting out cars with unlimited miles, because I just don't do it. Most people, there's really no point to do it. I mean, I don't care if people say that you'll get more exposure. No, it's not worth it. All it's going to take is one person to get in that car and really, like, they book that car because it has unlimited miles and they just go driving. And I'm telling you, a lot of people, they going to do that. Yeah, people go on. I don't even know where you. I don't know where you said where you're doing it at, but they go out of state and you go on a road trip. Do you want your cars on a road trip? Not really. 'Cause I have seen some horror stories on the amount of miles. You said $75 a day. Is that the extra? You're not talking about the car. If you're talking about the car per day and you're trying to offset that with unlimited miles, it's going to have to be a lot more than $75 like that. And I don't know what kind of car, and I don't know what kind of what is how much you paid for the car. Like, what are you like? If it's a brand new car, if you're talking, yeah, I actually don't see any scenario where putting unlimited miles is it's going to be worth it. To be honest, even if it's a new car, used car, I mean, the kind of people you're going to attract. I mean, okay, if you're in an area where you have the data, right? I mean, like, okay, I know you just started, but if you put it at 200, which I'm pretty sure more like you will anyway, because unlimited's crazy. If you get some data, right? I'm talking about 6 months worth of data, and you can see how many miles people are putting on your cars at the 200. I mean, that might be something that, if it's something that you're okay with, just know you put it unlimited, that's going to go up, right? Who knows how much it's going to go up? Not everybody's going to drive 1,000 miles in a week. No, not everybody, but somebody will. And it's going to happen more times than not than somebody who doesn't have unlimited miles, right? And people who, like, I don't know if you're getting locals or not. That's another thing you're not going to know until you start getting more and more trips. You say you're at the airport. Is the airport one? Who knows how many airports you're going to get? But locals, when they say unlimited miles, they want to use Turo for the gig economy, which you're not supposed to. That's definitely against Turo's terms of service, but people do that. Some hosts don't care. I've seen it. I'm like, okay, you're putting unnecessary wear and tear on your car, and you're not, unless they're paying a super premium for it. That's why the limited miles extra is something to have, right? I mean, I have it for like $20, $25, but I'm here. But if I was in the mainland, I would have it like $40 minimum, and just see how it goes. See if people are abusing it. If not, you need to go higher. If you're not getting anything, maybe go a little lower and see. But you gotta get the data. All right, let's see. See, how can you tell which cars are running the most in your area in order to get in on the competition? Well, when you do a search for whatever car, so just when you just put sedan or whatever in there, and you look like a week out, right? I don't know what price, but I can tell you right now, I can tell you if it's really oversaturated real quick. When you're doing your search, when you put low to high and you put sedan in there, and you do it do it a week out for like 3 days. Yeah, because once you start seeing that discount, do it for like 3 days and put that price at about six. Put it at like put it at $50. If you see more than 200 cars at $50 or less, it is oversaturated. That's a fact. I can tell you. Like, that's an oversaturated market. That's a real easy way to find out. I mean, just that's not finding the actual price. That just tells you that there's so many cars under $50. But if you do that and you're doing it like a week out for 3 days, and it's saying like under 50, there's like 20 cars. There's definitely money there. Like the average price is going to be pretty high. It's going to be higher than 50, but that means it's not oversaturated. That's how you know if it's oversaturated or not. Also, how do you go about delivering cars to customers? I get asked this question a lot. I mean, in the end, it just comes down to what's your setup. I mean, everybody's setup is different. I mean, for me, I have a scooter. All my deliveries are within 2 miles, so I don't really have an issue with the scooter. But if your stuff is all over, I mean, if where you live is miles and miles and miles from where your cars are at, right? I mean, obviously the scooter's not going to work, right? And if you're doing deliveries in like a 50-mile radius, I mean, of course, scooter's not going to work. But people well, they take the train. The public transportation might be good where you're at. I mean, only your own setup. I mean, maybe you're going to have your cars parked somewhere close to the airport or somewhere at like a public place, public parking lot, stuff like that, right? It's just whatever setup that you are okay with. I definitely don't recommend doing it at your house. I don't. I mean, most of the time it would probably be a non-issue, but it's gonna take that one person that you piss off because you had to charge them for some kind of fee or something, that they say something and it just they're gonna be like, damn, my home address, which they got your home address anyway, it's in the registration, but but still they know where you live because they came there, right? That's all it takes. But hi, new guys. Let me know how many cars you got, where you're located. We're 2 hours and 56 minutes into this live stream. We've talked about a lot of stuff. Oh, let's see. Do you drive with the customers ever? Yeah, I do. I do deliveries. Yeah, I have my scooter in the back. But like I said, I use I have what is that? I have a 2-mile radius. Sometimes 3. It depends. Unless it's the airport. Airport's different. Airport, I take Ubers back and forth. I used to scooter 45 minutes with that, but I don't do that stuff no more. But I did do. There's good ways to make money. Not everybody offers delivery, so that's another way to to be seen, right? Because if you don't offer delivery and somebody's searching for a delivery cars, all the cars that don't have delivery option won't show up. The same for the airport. That's why I talked about it earlier about the airport stuff. Let's see. Or do customers ever take an Uber with you? Well, definitely not the Uber with you. Okay, let me see. I kind of forgot when I first started doing my deliveries. I had them pay a delivery fee, and I actually got Ubers from them to me. So I didn't always use a scooter. I did that, but that doesn't. Yeah, I wanted to make the money off a delivery fee, not just have it to cover the Ubers. But sometimes I was actually losing. I don't recommend doing that. Just find a way. If you have somebody with you, partner or something, or public transportation. But yeah, I used to do a bike, but the scooter to me, I think it's the best way with some range. Oh, James, I didn't even see. I redacted my home address. Okay, yeah, some people do that. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely living in a house. Yeah, I would probably do something like that too. See, I live in a condominium. You can't even get in here anyway. I mean, there's security. I'm not really too worried about that. But yeah, living in a house. A lot of new people don't even know. They do it right outside the house with the person. It might, yeah. It just, yeah, dedication, yeah. Yeah, Turo is like a lot of trial and error. You'll get better at it, after a while. After you deal with some issues, things will change. And yeah, it's just how it goes. I didn't know all this stuff when I first started. No, I've definitely made tons of mistakes. Tons of mistakes, right? I'm still learning too. I don't know everything. Hopefully, no one thinks that. I definitely do not know everything about Turo. I definitely don't. Let's see. Do you ever work with hotels to park your cars? See, that's another thing you could do. If that's something, yeah. I have not, but yeah, if you're trying to find places to park, do stuff like that. But nah, I've never. when I first started my parking, which I do have a video on this. I actually have a video literally on how I start with my parking stuff and how I do now. But when I first started, I actually, where I lived at, my old place, I used to park my cars on the roof of the parking garage. That's where they're at. I had a nice setup over there, but you know that stuff changed and kind of like now I had to like find parking outside, and it's like, yeah. But yeah, parking definitely stops a lot of people from expanding this business. I can tell you that much. What time is there? It is 5:01. We have literally just hit 3 hours and 52 seconds. Yeah, that is true. And I'm going to say that I know I said 3 hours. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. And then I'm probably going to, not probably, I'm going to end this. I'm going to end the stream probably in the next 5 minutes. Yeah, I think that 3 hours is the longest I've ever went. Unless we had like 10 people and I was getting asked a lot of questions, a lot of stuff going on. That'll be the only time that I would do it. And I'll probably go back on live again, like, I don't know, Monday or Tuesday. Because James, you said you was in Texas. Geez, that was like an hour ago. Yeah. So I'm assuming it has to be, the time change just messing me up. I don't know if it started yet. I think it did. It's 9 o'clock there. Right? Is it 9 o'clock? Because that's Central Standard Time. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, 9. Yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, y'all set your clocks back. Yeah, I know it's 9. It's 5 o'clock here. We have another hour and a half. Well, probably an hour of daylight, and then the daylight is gone. It'll be dark everywhere in America. But yeah, it's the time change definitely gets a lot of people. I tell you that. A lot of people call me from the mainland, especially on the East Coast. When it's 6 hour difference, man. And watching football games here, yeah, there's no such thing as Monday Night Football or even Sunday Night Football. It's not even night football is not even a thing here. Monday Night Football, it's funny. Monday Night Football is actually like a rerun here, because you know Monday Night Football is like 2 o'clock. So usually, yeah, it comes on again at like 5 or 6 when people get off of work. That's just something you get used to. And watching football in the morning time before the daylight changed, 7 a.m. 7 a.m. That's what I'm used to. When I watch football a lot and go to the bar, 7 a.m. at the bar drinking. That's the truth. Would you want to do that, James? Yes, I do, James. Yeah. I mean, my Facebook group. That's my Facebook. I do have Instagram too, but my Instagram, I just started that. Are you in my Facebook group? I'm assuming you're not. Just Hawaii Turo YouTube, which I mean, it's pinned in the first. It's pinned as well. Yeah, I mean, it's just. Yeah, it's my Facebook group. Oh, you just. Oh, you did. Oh, yeah, you did. Because I remember. Yeah, sorry, I just clicked press. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. I'll be doing this again. Yeah. Hawaii, 7 o'clock. Going to the bar, watching football games. That's the normal thing to do here. And until now, it's 8 o'clock. So if you ever come here on vacation before the daylight saving change, and you want to watch football on Sunday, 7 o'clock in the morning. Oh, are you mad too? But okay, guys. I think it is about time that I'm going to end this stream. I think it is. Yep, I think that's true. So I'm gonna say my ending. But yeah, I don't know how people are watching. Please hit that like or hit it after the stream. It doesn't. Yeah, just hit the like. But yeah, I will be going live again sometime next week. And when I do these things, I set it up at least a couple of days in advance so YouTube can push out, the upcoming stuff. And if you're in my Facebook group, you're gonna get it because it's literally right there, and you'll see it instantly. It's right there. But yeah, thank you everybody. Yeah, thank you everybody for watching, and hopefully we can go this long next time. But yeah, I will talk to you soon. Hey, bye.